everyone. Welcome to episode 67 of Real Whole Egg. It's been a while since we've done this. Welcome to the Mayo Hosko channel. We've got our guest from Blocks to Mocks.
What's going on, guys? It's RC, Blocks to Mocks. Hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Dina. Hey, Order. What's up, Johnny?
We got people coming in from Cal's stream, so thank you for the raid, Cal. Cal asked me when I was going live. I told him that we were going live at 9 p.m. Eastern, so he decided to go live at 6 p.m. Central so that we could do the little raid, and he figured out how to use some of the new StreamYard QR codes. So some people might have scanned the QR code to come on in here.
What's up, Mr. Blue? PPP, brother.
Yeah. So I'll let you go over everyone that comes into the chat because it's been a while since some people have heard your voice.
Hello, Alexandria. I think you're a new person compared to when I was here. I don't remember seeing you back on in the chat, but that's also been like a year now, huh, Mayo? It's been a while.
Yeah.
How about you, man? You have a good week? It's Friday for me, but I know it's already Saturday for you.
I had the most fun week out of anyone inside of the jungle.
There you go.
And guess what set I'm going to be building today?
Oh, nice. That's the GWP space one, right? The monorail?
It's the Insider's Reward.
Very cool. I have the set that's based off of. I have quite a bit of the pieces to it, but I need to get a few more to finish it out, but I'll do that once I finish. I've got Western and Underwater and everything else, and then I'll jump to space. But that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that set a lot. The monorail. Yeah.
So we're going to be building this today, I decided that since it's been so long since we did anything together, I'm going to ask you the interview questions that are now standard on my channel because it's been a while and I don't think I've ever officially asked you those before. But I need to get a notes app thing up. So I'll just let you talk about whatever you want to talk about.
All right, I'll just say hello to a few people. We got Owen, the Lego Master. He came in. What's up, buddy? Johnny G. Oh my God, is that RC? Yeah. Too funny, Johnny. Yeah, man. Just work. Like I was telling you earlier, I've got a little more free time now than I did a little bit ago. Just because I was slaving away for that one property and it just wasn't working out money-wise. Like I wanted more money out of it because of the amount of time I was having to spend there. And so ended up getting some time back, and that's why I've been a little more present on social media like Instagram and YouTube and all that. So definitely still work on the city. It's just very odd hours because I work nights and days. So I work at some of these commercial properties at night. They don't want you there while they've got customers and while they've got employees there. And then I will do homeowners and stuff like that during the day. So I just have very odd hours that I'm working on the city. But still pecking away, as you guys seen on my YouTube city update, or if you haven't, if you want to, go check it out. But that's it. How about you, Mayo?
Yeah, so right now I am doing lots of work in the garage because we got a new rug that we're going to be installing so that my feet won't get as cold when we walk around here.
Nice. Yeah, you're on spring break right now. How's school's going?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about grad school.
Fair enough. I can see that. Oh, and the Lego Master asked Mayo, what's up, man? Italian Gaming 123, what's up, buddy? Lego Timmy, what's up, buddy? Lego Timmy, is that a reference to Timmy from Time Cruisers? By chance?
I have no idea, but you've got lots of stories about Time Cruisers.
Oh, I do indeed. Time Cruisers is actually a cool set that I liked from my day and age. I don't think, has Lego ever made another time traveling theme since then?
I don't. Well, I'm not sure, but I think Max from the Lego Club, he had a portal that I forget if it was time travel or a wormhole.
Gotcha. So how'd you get that? You said you have to use that on insider points in order to get that that space monorail set that you're building tonight.
Yeah. I was hoping it was it. I was hoping it was going to be a gift with purchase, and it was going to have the roller coaster track as per the original submission that we talked about in March of 2024. But
I remember that.
But they cheaped out. Remember, we were so hyped for that set.
Oh, I know, especially when and it looks like a different monorail than what they had designed for that other one with the actual roller coaster track that was in the leaked images. By the way, what's up, Liam? Liam the Brick the Bed. What a funny name. Yeah, that so you have to use insider points to get that. You can't just buy it unless you buy it off the secondhand market, right?
Yeah. So did you have enough points to buy that?
No. I know the only way that I can really rack up Lego points, unless I go to like Lego.com, make purchases there, is that if I go to the Lego store and then I rack up points whenever I buy stuff at the Lego store, but I usually use them the next go round in like cash, so that way I just get the money off of what I spend next. Because most of the time it's like $20 off, so I'm like, I'll just take the $20 off.
Yeah, I was going to buy something to get the gift with purchases, but then I realized the themes I was buying at Target Australia had them on clearance, and Big W also had some stuff on clearance, so I'm expecting over 250 Australian dollars worth of Lego in the mail next week. Because I got because I've been playing Mario Kart since. Well, I've been playing Mario Kart for 17 years, and so I was hyped when Lego came out with the Mario Kart sets for the Super Mario theme, and of course I wasn't going to pay full price because I'm not full price Jones, although that's one of my old full price Jones, and so I was waiting for clearance, and they finally went on clearance, so now I stocked up. I got 2 versions of the standard cart. The one with the baby carts, the one with the Wario, and the Donkey Kong cart, and also they had the Fortnite Durburger restaurant on clearance, so I bought that too. So I'm expecting I'm expecting all of that stuff in the mail, and for my October city update, the Durburger should be in my city.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah.
But anyway, you've got an amazing city behind you.
I appreciate that. Give me just a second, and I'll switch the cameras, and then I'll show you guys a bigger, better view, and then I can even give you a tour if you want. But I was going to ask you. So I've heard from a couple other YouTubers, and I don't know if you're having this issue. I guess you can tell me whenever you get your stuff in the mail. But over here in America, Lego is using like third-party shippers and like couriers and all sorts of stuff to ship packages, and a lot of people aren't getting their packages at all. And if they do get them, one guy was saying that he didn't get his, and then luckily one of the neighbors, because he lived in like a apartment complex, I guess, one of the neighbors was nice enough to see the address on the package and walked it down to him, but it was at a completely different building on the other side of the apartment complex. So I don't know if you're having those issues over there in Australia, or if it's just us because of the tariff things.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the tariffs. I haven't ordered many sets to notice any problems with couriers.
Yeah. What's up, Team B? Good to see you. Say, look what the tube dragged in. Bud, you still do that?
Well, we can't anymore.
Oh no!
Because that's all paid features now.
Oh, copyright and stuff like that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so I'm not paying for StreamYard until we get the channel monetized.
Dang. Well, either way, buzz, Lego Team B. How about that? Because I remember it from back in the day.
Yeah. And when we qualify for monetization, we're going to be doing a charity stream, raising money for Movember.
Nice, very nice.
So it doesn't look like we're gonna hit that this year. So wait till November 26th, so that we can raise money for charity.
Cool. Johnny, he just said he can't. Thanks, Team B. Yeah, he just said, I guess you got to pay money for that now, Johnny. No more buzz. Here, I will. I turned this light off right quick. I'm going to turn it because it was just blurring out this laptop camera. But I'll switch this camera right quick, and I'll put it on an overview of the city for y'all right fast. Whoops.
Yeah. And we're going to switch things up so that we can put you on the big screen, so that we can see the city.
So, as you can pretty much see, let me see where the camera's at. There you go. This back corner over here, you can see that it goes from the table down here, and it actually touches. Let me try and get better at it. Right there. And if you go all the way top, you can see that it touches the ceiling over here. That's all the castle area now, and that's what I've really been working on the most. And so that and the bugle. Thank you, Liam.
And I forgot to put links. I forgot to put links in the description, so I'm gonna go get something very quickly.
Thank you, Alexandria. Appreciate that. Yeah, so the mountain, here, I'll take this camera off. I've got a little bit of extension on the camera. It's like a fixed wire. It's not wireless or anything. But I'll take you guys around it. But the whole city, even on this western side over here, down here, this will eventually be a mountain that goes up to, right here below the TV here, and then back around this way, and then around over here also. And the whole mountain will take up that whole wall eventually, and it'll just go the whole room pretty much. Oh yeah, Team B, I'm highly dedicated at this point. There's no backing out now. I've got 2021. So the end of July, beginning of August of 2021 is when I've started. So I've got 4 years in it now, and I've painted the walls, I've built the tables, I've spent Lord knows on how many bricks and sets. I'm definitely not calling it quits anytime soon. I'm in it to win it now.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to get this to be pinned.
Yeah, and then if you can see right here, the Lego Movie logo, when I take it, and then you can see the super secret police over here. And then I've got a few other Lego Movie scenes throughout the whole thing. But the western side, when I got back into Lego, I had watched the Lego Movie, and that's where I got so much inspiration from. So the western side, I definitely wanted, because this theme was out when I was a kid, and it was one of my favorite themes. The cowboys, the Indians, the sheriffs, the robbers, all that, the outlaws. And so I definitely wanted to do western. And then castle was a big thing. Pirates was a big thing when I was a kid. And then there was a little thing, like little bit of city when I was a kid. But there was no such thing as modulars. There was no such thing as Star Wars or, Spider-Man, Marvel, Avengers. It wasn't even anything like that. Everything was all, I guess what do they call those themes that aren't to deal with like Disney or anything? What do they call those, like original themes, Mayo?
Yeah, because it's either IP or it's licensed.
Yeah. So exactly. But I definitely wanted to do the Lego Western side, and I'm going to if you've seen the Lego movie, I'm going to do that sign that they have, kind of like this Lego movie sign, but it says the Old West. So excuse me. But yeah, I'll give you guys a tour of the city right fast.
Yeah. And I'm going to let you do your thing because that's what I think is most interesting.
All right. Let's see if this thing doesn't cut out because it is connected to an extension here. And hopefully you guys can still hear me because I have another microphone, but it wasn't working on us tonight. That's what the technical difficulty was about. But hopefully you can still hear me as I walk away from the laptop. All right, let me see here. Oh, I can see it on that TV screen up there. This is my Western side. So this is I think it was Liam that was talking about Western. This is actually, this particular fort is from another company called Blue Bricks, and I ordered it when I first got back into Lego because honestly it was the price. When I saw how much this was on Blue Bricks, I was talking to somebody that you may know, Macro Bricks, and he had some Blue Brick sets that were the castle sets, and so I went on their website and I saw this. But the one that Lego made back in my day, I don't know if you've seen how much that thing's gotten up to, but it was like $400 to like $600. So I just went ahead and I ordered this one from Blue Bricks. But I really like the way it turned out. And I used real Lego figs in there. So I got real cavalry figs that came from, you know, the original Western sets and whatnot. And I've got quite a few of the Western sets in there from my day and age. Like I got the general store, the bank, the sheriff's office. You know, I've got the covered wagon. That's the cavalry or whatever you want to call them. And some of these Western sets like here are actually from the Lego movie. That one was, I guess that one was from the saloon. And then I don't remember this being in the movie, but they made it as part of the Lego movie sets. Back here is another Blue Brick set that I was telling you guys about, that other company. It's the gold mine that they make. And sorry, I'm trying to stretch my wire out here. But it's the gold mine that they offer. And Lego's actually been talking about making a gold mine here recently. I've seen that come up. But
that's what the Bricklink designer program set. And Johnny's asking, is there a Metal Zealand?
There is, buddy. And give me 1 second, I'll show it to you. This thing right here is actually pretty cool. If I didn't have to put it in the corner like this in the wall, it would actually be a lot cooler because you can see back through there. They've got a track for the mine carts, and then you can take all this roof off. All this comes off. They've got a gold wash. Whoops, sorry, I was pointing at the wall. Anyways, the gold mine goes through here. This roof comes off, and then there's a gold wash where they wash all the rock and stuff, and then get all the gold and whatnot. And then there's like
Owen.
What's that?
Oh, okay, Owen.
All right, Owen. Have a good evening. This right here, it actually works. It's part of the how they're grabbing the ore. It has like a bucket in there that goes up and down. So that thing's pretty cool. But if Johnny, you said you wanted to see Middle Zealand, huh? AKA the castle side. Let's see how far this wire will reach. If my cable will reach this far. Can you guys hear me fine? Mayo? Did he mute himself? All right, so I'm going to try and get up here without the ladder, but that is the Lion's Night Castle up there. I had to modify it a little bit to get it to fit in that corner in this way with the, I guess the side that folds up is on here. And I've got all sorts of things in here. I've got dragons fighting. I've got wizards. I've got a lot of the eagle people from the Dungeons and Dragons. I've got. Wasn't that the Dungeons and Dragons minifig series?
Alexandria really likes your pirate ships. Hey,
okay.
Billy.
And then
he does have a nice setup, so you can. So if you check the pinned comment, you can go subscribe to RC's channel.
I've got a bunch of the Fright Knights that are taking over. They've kind of invading on the Lion Knights here, but the Lion Knights have a pact with the Forestmen and the Dragon Knights, and the Eagle people and everything else. And so I've got the Forestman here. I've got him flying on one of the giant eagles. He's coming in to attack, just like the other Dragon Knights are flying in on the other dragons to attack. And got a couple of Forestmen over here. And then, believe it or not, it's kind of a pain, but I'll do it on a video one time. But there's actually lights in the cave there, but I've got to go turn them on by a battery pack. There's a switch, and I've got to get a ladder to get up in there. But there is lights in those caves. And then I've got like a town square, medieval town square down here, and it's like a princess is just arriving in town with she's got security or guards with her, and everybody's welcoming her into the town. There's
Hey Zelda. A quick question, Zelda. Did you guys just get out of the backstage with Cal or something? Also, Johnny, if you weren't there on Cal's stream when we were talking about it, but we kind of coined a new nickname for you. And Liam, I think, speaks for a lot of people. There's so much detail in there.
Well, I appreciate it. It has taken time. I'm not gonna lie. This is years in the making. But I do have lights down here that are on a switch, and you can actually see a lot of the things built into the mountain. So like there's a room back here that is where they have a kitchen. You can see the guy that's cooking the back. There's a captain back there. I got tables. Then so that's like a eating and sleeping quarters back in there. If you go over here, you can see where they've got a door that goes back there where there's keep gold and treasure and jewels, stuff like that. You got a pirate that didn't fare so well over here. This side is the time cruisers, which is the theme that I was talking about whenever Lego Timmy was in here. And this one, I use a blue light in there, but all the pieces, it's those trans neon green and trans neon orange and whatnot, but they all glow in there. And there's all sorts of things in there, from dinosaurs to dragons to wizards, and there's islanders, there's Aquazone. So pretty much it's something from like every theme that he would be traveling around to, different times, different places, all the above. I've got cavemen, and they actually have a little cave back there. I don't know if you can see it. And then the cavemen are, somebody that the professor's taken to his, he's taken from the cave times and brought him to his like time cave here. But
so I'm just gonna say a few things. Hey Scott, Johnny doesn't want me talking over the city tour, but I've got to if I want to keep up with the chat. Johnny's asking how much to live in your city.
Tell him if he can become a Lego fig, it's free. It's free to
Hey
stay.
Heather. Hey Heather. Tell you what, Heather. If you want to come onto the panel after RC finishes giving his tour of the Lego City, just let me know, because we can talk about many figures and a whole bunch of other stuff if you want. Hey Seth, it's good to see everyone who watched Cal's stream coming over here. We gladly appreciate it. Thank you, Cal, for putting on an entertaining stream and hosting us on some of his panel. Right now, RC is giving an amazing tour of his amazing vintage Lego City.
So at the end of this whole mountain on this side is I got a roll around chair here that's behind me, but is the pirate side. And I've done, this was the El Dorado Fortress that recently, sorry, this camera's got like a little thing on it that makes it hard to hold it steady. But this was the El Dorado Fortress that recently came out. And it also has a bunch of pieces from the original El Dorado Fortress that you can see there on that like corner yellow piece with the printed brick. And some of the other pieces, like this window piece here with like a red printed brick around it, that's all from the original El Dorado Fortress, along with the bridge piece here. And so I used original El Dorado Fortress plus 2 of the new ones to get this right here. And this is pretty much what I came up with. And I just kind of built it into the mountain. And I've got a lot of figs. It's got some interior, but I didn't really worry about the interior on where you were never going to see it, just because it's a waste of time, waste of bricks. But that's what I've done with that. I do have, let me back up here.
And everyone, please remember to hit that like button. Please smash the like button. Don't forget it.
What's up, Scott? PPP, brother.
We're at 7 likes. We're at 7 likes now. Let's get this to 15 likes, everybody. We can do it. You guys are awesome.
So this is the Barracuda Bay that they came out with not too long ago. And this is actually it built as a boat, but this one's off-brand. I actually got that as a gift. And but I still built it and put it in the city. I like it. It's not the end of the world. It's pretty cool. But we've got the pirates here. They are actually firing on the islanders. And the islanders have their own island here. And the pirates have tried to steal the treasure and gold over here. And this is actually, I can't remember the set. Mayo's probably better at it than I am. Sorry, like I said, it's hard to hold
which set from the Islanders team?
Yes, where they have the bridge that rolls over on the guy, and then they have like 2 pillars, and it has actually 2 base plates. It's one of the bigger Islanders sets.
Yeah, that's the Enchanted Island from 1994.
Got you. Yeah, so that's what I based this mock off of, and I pretty much did the I don't even know what you would call those, like the Islander skulls or whatever, tiki skulls. But I built
Heather has one of those bridges.
Got you. And then they are fighting with the pirates, and you can see there's pirates falling through the waterfall there. There's a pirate that's dead in the water there, and his boat's on fire. They've got another pirate over here. And now they're attacking the pirate ship itself. And so I've been working on the water with the clear pieces to kind of make the water look disturbed, actually make it look like waves and motion in there. So that's another thing, like details that I've really been working on with it. But at this point, I've already built the majority of it. It's just details that I need to finish. Like this right here is actually kind of new. You can see it looks like a cannonball has hit the mountain, and then pieces of the rock have blown away. And then that's the pirate side. So, but it all ties into the mountain over there. I did recently do the Creator 3-in-1 Haunted Mansion but I put 2 of them together to come up with this. I didn't want to buy 2, but the one by itself just looks silly. So I went ahead and threw the money down, and I bought a second one, and I was able to throw this together. And so I had to build this mountain out a little bit, as you can see right there. Kind of makes it look like it's on its own shelf or whatever, or its own little lip of the mountain. But that's what I've done on the haunted side with the Scooby-Doo mansion and everything, since it's getting ready to be that time of the year. What do we got? A couple more days till October? Not even?
Yeah, a couple more days until spooky season, which is my favorite time to build mocks.
Yeah. And then I actually did put the time twisters in there because you know, Mayo, that set comes with so many different things that make it look like it's haunted, with the bats and then the wings that have spider webs and spiders on them themselves. And then it comes with the ghost also. So I figured it just goes good in there.
Yeah, Scott says it's like a floating haunted mansion.
Yeah, like almost on like the house on the hill type of thing. You know what I mean?
And Liam says it actually looks like a mansion now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That is one of the things that I was very frustrated with whenever I originally got it and I put it together, and when I folded it up to give it a single look, it just looked silly. It didn't really look like it went together at all. So I got the second one, and I didn't want to spend that much because honestly, then that's what, $180 before taxes. So I really don't think the build's worth that. But when I saw that I already had one invested in how I didn't like the way it looked at all, I went ahead and I did this one. So, and then I have these pieces, but I only had a few of them. But these red and orange and the tan pieces and whatnot that make it look more like a fall time color. I really like that so much better than the dark green that I have in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change all these out. I just got to order those like red and tan leaf elements. And then
I'm trying to juggle pad boxes all over the place right now.
No, you're good. So if you like Spider-Man or Daily Bugle, this is what I've really been, or any of this Marvel theme really, as well, Spider-Man theme, I guess. This is what I've been working on a lot lately. I've got kind of like a portal going on that opened up at the Daily Bugle. So if you've seen like any of the new Spider-Man movies, like Spider-Verse is kind of what they're basing them all off. And then like it's multiple Spider-Man from different universes, you know, parallel universe kind of thing. So that's pretty much what they talk about in that one. And so I went ahead and I had like all the portals opening up. And so I've got the new Spider-Man train coming out of the side of the Bugle there, and it's coming through a portal. I've got that new, what's his name? Dang it, I'm drawing a blank over here on the cowboy Spider-Man, Web Slinger. That's him. And then I put him coming out of a portal. I got Spider-Man 2099 up here coming out of a portal, and just got all sorts of figs everywhere going crazy. There's the Vulture, there's Hobgoblin, there's Green Goblin, there's all sorts of Doc Ocks. There's this one that came with the Spider-Man Daily Bugle. I got another one that came with Peter Parker. That was the one that came with the train right there. And then I built this Doc Octavia because if you see the new Spider-Verse movie, Dr. Ock is actually a woman, and it's Dr. Octavia. And then I've got another Doc Ock over there hanging off the crane. And then I got quite a few different Spider-Man just everywhere. I got the Prowler. These new figs came out at the perfect time because this is what I was working on. And I was like, oh, this couldn't have been a better time for all the new figs. And so I've got the wolf fig down there. I've got the spider crawler from Peter Parker's apartment. I've got Hobie up there. We've got all sorts of Gwens up there. We've got Anti-Venom. Venom, Carnage. I mean, just so many different figs. Spider Pig. There's just a bunch of them on there. This is, and then it transfers over, and I'm gonna try and get it in there so that way you can see. But I built my own Sandman mock, and you can see Sandman and Spider-Man fighting down there, and you can see that it's coming up through that crane, and it's actually the Spider-Man figure that came with the bugle, and if you can kind of see he's in there past Sandman's mouth. You can see the original Sandman, but it's got Spider-Man in there, and then there's Electro up there, and then it just keeps, and then the Sandman is, torn off part of the crane. That's why the ladder system is all broken off there. When it goes up to the top of the ladder.
So some people are asking how tall the Daily Bugle is.
So this is 10 stories of the Daily Bugle size stories. So it's 3 bugles is what it took me to build this. It took me 3. It's like 5'1" if you go all the way to the tip of the water tower there, or the antenna up top at the top of the building. But it's 5'1" if you were to set it on a table and just measure it out.
Some people are checking their jars. Johnny's asking how many pieces in your city, and do you have instructions available?
Everything's free built for the most part. If you see something that was built with instructions, you can get it yourself off of Lego. Like, for example, this right here was built with instructions because I wanted the helicopter. I didn't want to change it or anything, but I actually wanted this. So, but a lot of the things like my monorail and train station, I just free built it, and I can't even tell you how to build it again. I could take it apart and like, I guess, reverse engineer it, but I just built it. And then there was times where it was too small, so I went ahead and added another floor. And then when I added the monorail to the city, which I don't know if you can see it there, but when I added the monorail to the city, I felt like this was a perfect place, since we already had the train station there, to add the monorail side. So there's actually, come through this way, you can see that there's a monorail platform at the top. And so I ended up building that, like adding it on. So I couldn't even begin to tell you about instructions or anything like that. I just kind of free build. And then as far as parts, I'll be honest with you, man, it is going to be a staggering number. I think that I would be kind of impressed with how many pieces it is, because if you take a look here, I'll show you. So the whole thing here is actually built solid. So when you see these, they get filled in. I don't know if you can see those multicolored bricks in there. So it all gets filled in with brick, and you can see it in the back. It all gets filled in with brick. And then you can kind of see down here what I'm talking about. All this ends up getting filled solid with brick. And so this right here, when you start thinking about how many pieces it's taken me to fill this in, all the different, like, I'll do a bunch of 2x2s, or if you see here, I've got 2x2 in this one, and then I just got a bag full of 1x1s. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like well over 500,000 parts. It's a lot of pieces, especially when you start thinking about every single piece. Like, I got all these 1x1 studs, and then like the water in there is done by 1x1 tiles, and then all just the tiles and the amount of like just slopes and all sorts of parts for the mountain itself and the waterfalls. I don't know, man. The parts are it's going to be a lot. That's all I'll say about that.
Also, if you check the chat, some people just subscribed to your channel.
Oh, well, thank you guys. Whoever just subscribed, thank you so much. So I have been working on the rescue tower recently. I'll show you guys the floor in there. This is it here. You can kind of sort of see where I'm going with it because a lot of it's missing. But you pull in this way, and then that'll be the front, and then it gets bigger. But you can see the flooring that I got. And then I got a woman, she's over here waiting on an elevator. But It's modular, so you can see there's another floor down there below it, and then it connects back. But it's all modular, and I've got 12 floors on that. And let's see, this kind of dark out here. Let me see if I pull this in. Give me 1 second.
Also, Seth, if you're out there, I've got a surprise for you. I just built something for you.
So this is it here. These are a couple floors of it. What's that? 4 of the floors right there. And so this is how it stacks up. These I haven't got to yet, but this gives you a basic idea of what the floors are going to look like. And then I need more windows, but here's a quick demonstration of what some of them kind of look like with interiors. So this one right here is obviously we got like a receptionist. She's working like the phones and everything. Got like a water cooler, a little snack desk. Kind of got like boss man over here in the corner looking out the window. And then got this guy. He's keeping an eye on like air traffic control and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. He's got a pretty cool little whole computer setup that goes around them. Got a cell phone there, got a water, or a soda. And then each floor runs about 200 of the black and white tiles. And then it's got an elevator in the corner. And then the one thing about the elevators is I didn't make a complete shaft that goes I did, but not that goes through each floor. But then I made like a small little elevator for it, and you can put it in to any floor that you want. So wherever you want to put like a person in there waiting on the elevator or just getting in the elevator, you can put it in literally any floor because all floors have that. And so I have it in this floor right now because this is actually the second to last floor. So this is almost on the top floor. And this is like a mechanic shop pretty much. And access to the top helicopter floor. And you can see that he's in there working on like a helicopter engine. He's got a little workstation, got a couple tools in there. It's got some, it's got like a drill press and all sorts of other tools in there. And so
also, I'm gonna take this moment to say some things. Hello, Skywen. Hello, a couple of brickheads. And hello, Hobby Hooligan. I will be streaming this time tomorrow with Hobby Hooligan. We will be building the upscaled Lego minifigure Octane Racer.
And if you guys got any other questions, just let me know, man. Let me know in the chat.
So do you think you've covered everything in your city, or are you still going?
I just show you guys this right quick, and then that's pretty much it. So I got the A-frame cabin built into there. It's got a bridge that cuts across over here to a helicopter pad, helicopter landing, which also has like an outpost up there. If you can see, it's got like a mountie, and then horse, a couple trucks. Got another outpost out here where they're doing some fishing, and then it's got the waterfall coming down here. I got the extreme team side. I got Time Cruisers up here. He's going through a portal. And so I got to finish building the mountain around this, but that's Timmy escaping from the pirate side. I'm going to actually build a portal on the other side that shows him leaving. And then
Scott likes the interior details of that tower you showed him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And Hobby is with his family right now, but he's lurking. We appreciate all of the lurkers, and don't forget to leave a like on this stream. Let's get this to 15 likes, everybody.
So this right here is actually one of my all-time favorite sets. If you told me I could only have one Lego set, it'd probably be this.
The Sail and Fly Marina.
There you go. Mayo knows.
Another set from 1994. That's a good year for Lego, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I actually got this for my 10th birthday, and I thought I was the coolest kid on the block. And so that was one of my favorite sets right there out of the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, I love the city and I love a lot of other builds, but it's just the nostalgia connected to that set.
So Skywin's asking, how do you dust all of it?
It's a very good question, and I actually have an answer for you. Give me 1 second. It's probably going to get blurry and choppy. I got to find it. Oh, here you go. So
Yeah.
this thing right here, I'll even try and find a spot for you. But this right here, this is it. So like if I find, like you can see actually on this micromanager how dusty he is. Let's see if it focuses in. I'll try and hold this camera steady. And then I just take this and then I'll brush it. And then it works pretty well. This thing really works well. You just got to be pretty easy with it, especially on something like this. But that's usually how I end up doing this all. I just go through here. I'm pretty easy on it. And then I just, take this thing and I'll brush some stuff like the trains. Obviously, I can be a little more rough, but, stuff like this scene here playing out with Metal Beard and the micromanagers, you got to be careful. But, yeah, I just use this thing and I go around and I just use it like so. And then those just hinge out. It doesn't matter. I can put them right back. But this is pretty much how I go around dusting everything.
Alexandria is asking where did you buy the vacuum?
Amazon, and it's $20.
Also, well,
if you want this one,
someone will have to tell Seth later, but I just pieced together his sig fig. There's Seth Bland's sig fig.
Nice.
So I'm gonna add that to my city in the next city update, which will come out in 2 days.
Yep. So this thing is on Amazon. It's Miko. I bought it like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And like I said, it was like $20. And the one thing that's cool about it, I don't have any in there right now. I was like listening to it, but it comes apart in a chamber. So I'll take it apart real quick. Sorry. There you go. And you see it comes apart in a chamber. If you ever lose any Legos or if you ever vacuum it up, it keeps them in here. Oh yeah, you see how dirty that is? I actually got to throw that away. But it keeps it in this small chamber. And then you just have these little air filters that it goes through. And it has another one on this one. And if you ever vacuum a Lego piece, it's not gone. It's just in that small little chamber. What's up, Clever? And Alexandria, yes, it is Miko, M-E-C-O.
Long time no see, Clever Pig. Good to see you, buddy. At the end of the Formula One season, I still want to build those F1 collectibles with you. Keep on making all of the awesome videos that you make.
Yeah, that Hummer looked awesome, by the way, Clever. I'll try and put this back up here.
Well, the way, some people who have been subscribed to me for long enough might remember that the way I deal with dust is I don't.
Did I eat the dust? No. I'm not quite that hungry. I had dinner before the show started. But give it a couple hours. I might be that hungry.
You can eat my dust. So hope everyone's having a good day today. Seems like everyone's enjoying the tour, and if you want to see more of the city, you can go subscribe to the link in the pinned comment.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys got any questions? Feel free to fire away. I started doing this, and like I said, during COVID, and believe it or not, I got in this because I wanted a cheaper hobby, and that totally backfired.
Epic fail.
Don't get me wrong, I have expensive hobbies, but this one was far more expensive than I ever thought Lego would be. I never had a clue that Lego got this expensive until I got into it.
And that's why you buy all of the big ugly rock pieces on Blue Bricks.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Because if I was to pay the $6-7 a piece that you get for them, or even $5 a piece, from Lego, the price would just kill me. It would absolutely kill me, and it would kill the progress. The city wouldn't even be near as far as it is now. And that's a good way to keep them dusted, Skyrim. Yeah, just, throw them in a garbage bag and tie it up, and then just put them in a bin, and then you never have to dust them.
Yeah.
Johnny G, I get a lot of them from all sorts of places. So I'm fortunate enough that Orlando Brick Co. opened up down the street from me. I literally live like 5 minutes away from Orlando Brick Co. So I get some from there. I have a couple of mom and pop shops around me. There's one in about 45 minutes away. It's called Brickheads. There's another one that's a little bit further away, but it's called Brick City Bricks. And I have bricks and minifigs all over the place over here. There's like 6 bricks and minifigs in Central Florida. And
also speaking of all this dust, someone should go tell Dusty Bricks that we're live right now.
And also I do eBay and Macari as well. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Macari. For those of you that aren't in the States, you probably haven't heard about it. But those of you who are, it's almost like it's like a garage sale app. And so you can go on there and you can just type in Lego, and it shows all these people who are selling Lego on like a garage sale type app, almost like I'm trying to think, like there's another one called Poshmark. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but also, Liam, the older sets in my city were not from my childhood. During my what a lot of adult fan of Legos, AFOLs call the dark ages. Mine got sold off at a garage sale years and years and years and years ago. Mom was tired of storing it, and so to the garage sale they went. But I have spent significant amount of time and money looking up and finding a lot of my childhood sets that I wanted back. So that's like that one that I was telling you about, the Sail and Fly Marina that Mayo was talking to you guys about. I had to rebuy that one. And when I was a kid, it was like $80. I think maybe $100. And then now I wanted it back. I had to pay like over $300 for it. So
yeah, that's because there's a markup and there's inflation.
Yeah, and plus I can't lie, it came with the instructions. It wasn't missing a single piece. It had all the stuff. It was in really good condition. And so I'm not gonna hate on it, but just these sets from my day and age definitely get expensive. Like that monorail, that stuff got crazy expensive.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a story. How did you get multiples of the monorail? You own multiples, right?
Yeah. So Johnny, that's too funny. Yeah, so what it was is I had bought the space monorail. It's not Futron, it's the Futron is the white one, right? Unitron is the other one.
Yeah, so the Futron was the 1987 monorail. The Unitron was the 1994 was the 1994 monorail. See, 1994 is a really good year.
Okay, so that is no joke. So that is the 94 is the white and blue one, right?
Yeah, because the Unitron monorail from 94 was the only ones of the monorail to come with the switch tracks.
Yeah, that was the last one they ever made, right?
Yeah, that was the last one. I think they retired the airport shuttle from 1990 when they came out with the Unitron monorail.
Yeah. So I had bought the Unitron one from 94, and it came with a bunch of track and it came with a bunch of stuff, but he only wanted like $150 for the whole shebang. And because it was missing stuff, it didn't have everything. So I went ahead and I bought it from him. So I got a really good deal on that. But then I found somebody who wanted to sell me the airport monorail. I ended up giving them like $180 for it, for the airport shuttle. That was just the shuttle by itself. And it it had a metal piece inside that made the battery connection that was kind of messed up. So I got that piece, I changed it out, and I ended up just using all the monorail track that I had from the Unitron set, and then used the airport shuttle on that track, and then I built my own elevation and put it all through a city. So honest God truth is, on my airport shuttle, I probably have like $400, $450 tied up in that whole shebang.
So yeah, so that's a lot. Anyway, is there anything left in the sea that you want to talk about? Because otherwise, I'm going to ask you the 5 questions and then the interview questions.
Fire away, man. Fire away.
Okay, so we want to do this now then. Okay, so so not the 5 questions, the 3 questions. So answer this in any order you want. Do you remember the 3 questions?
Had to do with, have you bought any new Lego this week? Was one of them, right?
Yep.
Any news to share was another one, right?
Yeah, about your collection or your social media.
Yep, collection of social media. I cannot remember the third.
How was your week?
Oh, okay. And how was your week? All right, cool. So, I'll fire away. My week was pretty good. I picked up 3 new accounts last week, so I started those this week. Those are just homeowners, but I started 3 new homes this week, which is, always nice to have more money. As far as my collection goes, I have not spent any money on Lego this week. Nothing new to the collection. What I have built was the rescue headquarters tower, which I showed you guys earlier, and I used up all the parts that I had bought for it. So I am going to have to make another Lego order for the white and black tiles for those floors. And then as far as social media news goes, I don't really have any social media besides social media news besides I did just release a city tour. So if you guys want to go see that, it is on from my Blocks to Mox page. And if any of you guys are into cars by chance, which I know some of you may be, I don't think everybody is. I know Clever is, but I started another Instagram page for car stuff. It's called 05_fangs, FANGS. So if you guys are into cars, you can check that out, because I pretty much go to a car show about every weekend, and it's pretty cool. If you're into cars, it's some really rare and very expensive cars. So yeah, that's my how my week went. That's my social media, and that's that.
Johnny's asking, when's your next city update?
I'm going to try and do one a lot sooner than the last one, first of all. Second of all, I want to make a little more progress on a couple of spots before I do. So I would say not maybe by the end of October. If I can put enough brick down in the city by the end of October, I may do another one by the end of October.
The Fright Night's Corner looks fun. Skywen likes to complain. Like, remember, only the best is good enough. Yeah, so Skywen really likes Star Wars. Liam's asking, where's some of the older set in your city from your childhood? Oh yeah, you answered that. Yeah, so Johnny says, where do you get most of your vintage Lego?
Yeah, and I answered that earlier too. I was talking about eBay and all sorts of stuff. Living close to those Lego stores makes it easy.
Yeah, there's just good vibes going on in the chat.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of scrolling through. Yep, and do what TMC Dina says. It is one hell of a Lego. It is one hell of a Lego room. Apparently,
thank you.
Apparently, it was a good episode of ACOB last night.
What's up, ACOB? I don't know if he's still in here.
Yeah, that was back. Yeah, Scott thinks you have over 1 million bricks. I think a lot of us have over 1,000,000 bricks.
Yeah, I think I definitely. I mean, honestly, if somebody were to, if it was to all be taken apart and that's what the count was, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the questions I normally ask on my Hangout streams. But since it's been a while since you were on one of my streams, I think it's poignant that we do this. And
Okay.
And to be honest, I can't remember your answers to some of these questions to begin with. Some of them I do know. So when did you start collecting Lego?
So I can remember Lego about as far back as I was when I was a kid. So like when I started Lego, I think my first Lego set was when I was like 4 or 5 years old. I feel like that's a lot of kids' first Lego set age. But yeah, since then I did have the dark ages, like, you know, majority of people do, is I got at high school, I pretty much got out of Lego. So probably about 10th grade, I was worried about way more than Lego. I had my own car. I was going out. I was hanging out with friends, you know, parties, girls, all the above. I was just not worried about Lego at the time. But like I said, 2021, I ended up coming back to it. So it's been off and on for a while.
Yeah. So what year do you think you started collecting Lego?
Oh, probably like 88, 89.
Okay. Yeah, those were some good years. Like my favorite castle faction, the Forestmen, that was in the heart of when those sets were coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, some of those castle sets that I showed in the tour there were actually, they weren't the ones, but they were sets from when I was a kid. They were like some of my first sets.
Yeah, so you answered one of my questions. So when was your dark age? Because you did have one.
Yeah, so you're probably thinking, I'm thinking like 98 to 2000 or to 2021. So you do the math there, it's like 23 years.
Yeah, because I remember you saying the first set you came out of your dark age was that tuning garage.
It was very good. Yeah. I've actually got that in the city still. It's tucked in there, but it's in there.
So what was your first set?
What was my first set ever as a kid?
Yeah. I think we went over this before, but I can't remember.
You know, I don't know. So this was, if it wasn't this set, if it wasn't this actual set, it was another one that was castle set, and I could potentially even look that one up to try and show it to you. But let me try and take this. I've got it in a package and everything. I actually have the set, but I've used the parts to mod it out, but I kept all the other original parts. Let me try and get this out. In fact, it's set number 6675. So I will show it to the camera right fast. This one right here.
Yeah, that's one of the off-road sets.
Yeah, it was a monster truck. This was like one of their first monster trucks they ever made.
Yeah, set 6675. Let me go on. So what is your favorite set?
Favorite is going to be that flying sail, for just the nostalgia out of it, you know.
At the Sail and Fly Marina.
Sail and Fly, yeah.
Yeah, and I already know that your favorite theme is Time Cruisers / Twisters.
Yeah, Time Cruisers is going to be up there. It'd be tough. It'd be Time Cruisers or Aqua Zone.
Yeah, and what's your favorite minifigure? Is it the Crazy Eye Timming?
He is a cool fig, but I'll be honest with you. One of the And I'm going to say this just because when I was a kid, it was the coolest minifig that you could have. There are a lot of cool minifigures that I have in my city that I really like. But if I had a favorite one out of them all, it's that Blacktron cruiser pilot that's all black with the black legs, the black torso with the white print, the black helmet, black gloves, black visor, the whole shebang.
Yeah, that's a reincarnation of the OG Blacktron astronauts.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, when I was a kid, showing up to school with that minifig, oh, you were a cool kid.
Yeah, and most people know that the Octane worker from '92 is my favorite fig.
Yeah, no, I have him quite a bit. I have quite a few of him in my city. In fact, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I got this the other day, and I found it in the pick-a-brick table, but I don't even know what set that goes to. Can you see this coffee cup?
Yeah, that's from one of the Lego Movie sets.
Oh, okay, yeah, and it actually says Octane on it.
I think the President Business from Lego Movie CMF Series 1 came with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I thought that was cool because I'd never seen one of the cups with the Octane printing on it. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely taking that.
Yeah. And so your first year was '88, but what's your favorite year of Lego?
I'll be honest with you, you're probably close on that '94 year, man, because the pirates were in full force. The castle was in full force. I had so many castle sets, so many pirate ships. I have like 5 or 6 of those pirate ships. And I remember the strings and the sails used to always get tangled up in the box. And because I used to just keep all my Legos in one big bin, or Lego in one big bin. And it's just, yeah, I would probably say that the early to mid 90s was it, man. I feel like it was peak Lego for me.
Yeah, because my specific favorite year is 1992, and on my Mount Rushmore is also 1994, 1990. No, sorry, it's also 1994, 1996, and the 1980.
Yeah.
But I also think 2002 was a stronger year than what some people remember. That just barely doesn't get into my Mount Rushmore of Lego years, because 2002 was when you had was when the Mayo train and the Santa Fe trains were going, and
oh yeah, that's very cool.
And all of the old vintage re-releases in the Lego Legends theme. Star Wars was doing its thing. Bionicle was doing its thing.
You know, that's another thing that I didn't even think about. But yeah, the trains from my time with the 9-volt track, I feel like those were a lot cooler too.
Yeah, because there was the freight rail runner that came out in 1994. The Freight and Crane Railway, which is my favorite train, which is my favorite cargo train ever, came out in '96, and the Metro Liner started the 9-volt era in '91, and that's my favorite set ever. But what's your and you think Sail and Fly Marina is your favorite set ever? So yeah, so if you couldn't tell, we really like Lego from the 90s.
Yeah. No, I wish that the only thing is that, don't get me wrong, I love the sets from the 90s, but I couldn't imagine if they were to like come out with those same sets, but in like a modular style now. Like I think that they would really kill it now. So imagine a Sail and Fly Marina that's built like a modular is, with the amount of detail and the parts and the boats and the planes. And then, you know, the dock and all the above. I feel like that would be a pretty cool set, because don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the early sets and the themes and stuff, but they were not as detail oriented or as part oriented as these new sets are.
Yeah, and it's an unlikely comparison, but I think the Sail and Fly Marina if someone were to do it, would look really good next to the Italian Riviera set.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it seems like those two, that's that new set that just came out a couple months ago.
Yeah,
those
I'm
two
not.
seem like
Yeah,
they would look great together.
yeah, because I haven't asked you about a lot of new sets, but what are your thoughts about the Italian Riviera? Just spur of the moment.
Well, you know me with like the kind of rock side and the water and all that. That I really do enjoy that kind of landscaping that goes with a building, and it kind of looks like it's built into like the face of a side off of Italy or something like that. It actually looks pretty good. But
yeah, that's my favorite part of the set too, because I've been to lots of beaches where the beach is up against rocks.
yeah,
And there's walkways on top of those rocks to buildings in the local town. So I get a lot of childhood throwbacks to the architecture of that set. Also, hello, Stud Sidious says I missed the parts that came out in the late 70s, early 80s space sets that you can't get anymore, like the Black Astronaut. The first space sets had such cool parts I retired. Exactly, which is why I'm so glad for the Benny Space Squad set. They made the neoclassic where they reinvented the original thin chin strap mold.
You know, Stud. It's funny that you say that because I'm gonna bring it up to the camera right quick for you to try to show you. But there are pieces from the '90s that I really do enjoy, and for example, this is one of them. It goes to the rescue tower or the rescue headquarters. But if you look, it's like a bay window. See, it's got a side here. It's got a side here. You know, it's got 3-sided window. And I actually used it. This is how this actually sits. It sits like this here. So it's going to be a skylight. And you can actually take it out. So that way you can see further down into the building. But yeah,
because that's for your rescue base, right?
Yep. Yeah, the rescue headquarters. And so,
for those who don't know, those bay windows and that color scheme are from the rescue sub-theme of town from the late 90s.
Yeah, and it's rescue like RESQ, not like how you actually spell rescue. They kind of did like a play on word letter type thing.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to search for those sets on Brickset, that's what you'd have to find. So what is your favorite memory with Lego?
Well, man, I'll be honest with you. Lego was such a staple in my childhood because when I was a kid, man, Nintendo, and I remember when Sega came out. So when I was a kid, there was just NES. And then I remember there was Super NES. And then Sega came out when Super NES came out. And then there was Game Boy stuff. But when I was a kid, man, Lego was such a cooler toy. And then video games, because video games were okay, but when I was a kid, you wanted to actually play. You wanted to go outside. You wanted to get on your bike. You want to play with your friends. You want to build stuff. You want to do things like that. Now everybody kind of wants to be on their phone, be in the computer, be in this, be on, tablet, whatever, video games, all sorts of things, the internet. And then, so one of my, I guess my childhood is filled with favorite memories of having Lego because Lego was the coolest thing to have. So I've got so many different good memories with Lego from my childhood. It just, I feel like it's a fun thing to have. It definitely is. And it takes me back.
So if you can't think of specifically a favorite, what's the first thing that comes to your head?
As far as what?
As far as your favorite memory of Lego, what's the first thing that comes to your head?
Oh man, just I'll be honest with you, being the kid at Christmas and unwrapping like one of my favorite Lego sets at the time or whatever, something I asked for and been begging for and wanted so bad, and then open it up and it'd be Lego like the Ice Planet I remember having that Ice Planet spaceship that had like the trans.
Oh, the Deep Freeze Defender.
Yeah, I remember getting that for Christmas and opening that up and being so stoked. I remember getting the Lego train that is I think it's the freight one that has the mail cart, and it was 9 volt and whatever. But I remember getting that and then just being so happy to get that, and just getting Lego at Christmas. I'll be honest with you, being a kid and getting Lego at Christmas is probably one of my favorite memories that are related to Lego.
Yeah, so unboxing the freight rail runner that came with the yellow engine,
Yep.
and the blue box card that you could tip the mail out, and unboxing the Deep Freeze Defender. Those, I remember when I inherited some of the smaller ice planet sets from my brother, and it's not my favorite memory, but one of my first memories of Lego was following the instructions to rebuild my older brother's ice set 5. But my favorite memory is actually probably building the Parisian restaurant at my auntie's house for Christmas of 2014.
Oh, you see, and then it was around Christmas time too. You see what I mean? Lego around Christmas, it's something about that time. It really puts a fond memory in your mind that kind of sticks with you for life.
Yeah, because I think for anyone that grew up with Lego since they got into grade school, some of their first memories were probably unboxing sets at Christmas. Like that's for me. No, that's not necessarily for me, because I inherited stuff in the middle of the year, probably a bit after my birthday, when my parents trusted me as a 4-year-old in 2005. But yeah, I have so many memories unboxing sets after that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just such a special time of the year for the Lego hobby.
So I'm going to address the chat right quick. Stud, yeah, man, you're exactly right. I see this. We had acres of woods behind the house. We would spend all day in dude, going out in the woods and building a fort. That's what we did when we were kids. And I remember for my 11th birthday, I got 2 things. I got a dirt bike and a 22. No, that's not even like remotely happening to these kids nowadays. But I got my first gun and my first dirt bike at 11, and that it's just going outside and being outside was something you did when it was the 80s and 90s.
And hello, Zilla Master. It's good to see you here. Thanks for coming into the Mayo Hosko stream. Johnny misses Blockbuster Video. Enjoyed the N64. Yep. The SNES was really good. Kids don't go outside anymore, like me. This is a question for you and for everyone in the chat. Do you prefer vintage or modern? RC and I both prefer vintage.
Yeah.
But some people in the chat might prefer modern.
So Stud said the Giant Sears catalog. Dude, it's so funny that you just mentioned that about the circling thing. My girl, she grew up Joho. So like her whole life was Jehovah's Witness. Like you didn't get to celebrate Christmas. You don't get to celebrate birthdays, stuff like that. So she got with me, and now like we go all out on Christmas and stuff like that. But dude, I was telling her about that, and lo and behold, what comes in the mail today, Wally World, Walmart sends a big, like a thick flyer. It's probably like 50, 60 pages, and you open it up, and it's even got a thing on there so you can number it, you can circle them, and you can even it's got a section that says wish list. So you can put what you want on there. It's got like your top 10 mark on there so you can do it. Then Walmart went ahead and sent the catalog out made for that exact purpose. I was just telling my girl about that today. I got it in the mail today.
Yeah. So we got 2 more questions. So when did you start your social media for Lego?
You talked me into it, Mayo. When was that? You remember I came on to live stream with you and Macro, and then you were like, get an Instagram. You're like, get an Instagram. I don't know what you're doing. Get an Instagram. And then so you finally talk to Nicholas. When was that?
I remember me yelling at you on his streams, and Orange, you glad I told you to do all of that? That was what, 2022?
I'm wanting to say that was 22. I'm wanting to say that.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey,
I go
Bill.
It's good to see you here, buddy. If you go back to the start of the stream for the first hour or so, RC gave a massive tour of his Lego city. So if you want to see all of the little intricate details in his city, you can go click or tap the link in the pinned comment to go subscribe to From Blocks to Mocks, and you can see a bunch of city updates that he's done over the past 3 years or so. And what's your handle on Instagram? I forgot to put all this stuff in the description.
Oh, it's the same thing. From Blocks to Mocks.
Does it still have the underscores in between?
Yep. Because they won't let you put a space, so there's an underscore in between every word. So it's from underscore blocks underscore from block to, and then underscore mocks.
Yeah. You just got another subscriber.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Lego Bildo.
Yeah, so, I want to talk about that a little bit more, because you first came into the community on your Richard Cranium account.
Yeah, that's my personal. Because
yeah, that's your personal. And do you want to explain why it's called Richard Cranium?
I leave it for people who know, like kind of like if you know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll give you a hint. RC is Richard Cranium, and there is a term that's short for Richard, and there's a term that is alternative to cranium. So
yep, we'll let everyone figure that out for themselves. And we need one more we need one more like to get to 15 likes, and we'll accomplish the goal, everybody. Thank you everyone thank you everyone who left a like. YouTube really likes it, and that's how we keep on doing these streams. So I already know the answer, but what do you do on your social media?
So on like I said, I created that other social media page for the cars, but mostly my social media is just going to be Lego only. On the Blocks to Mocks channel, it will be Lego only. You're not going to see anything political. You're not going to see anything that's going to be about me or my life besides Lego. You're going to see the Lego room. You're going to see Lego builds. That's it. I have an opinion all the way around, but I just figured for the Lego page, I'll just do Lego. So if you want to follow that, it will always just be Lego.
Yeah. So what do you do on your YouTube channel versus what you do on your Instagram?
So Instagram has picking up the pace a little bit. You'll probably see more updates on Instagram than you will on YouTube, because on YouTube, I try and give you guys a city tour. But even like I say at the beginning of all my YouTube videos, what I try and give you guys is significant progress whenever I show you a new city update. So I'm not trying to give you a city update to show you that I added a new minifig, or to give you a city update that I changed this road, or added a mailbox here or something like that. That's silly. I try and actually make significant progress before I do an update video on YouTube. So YouTube will be a lot slower updates, but Instagram will have a lot more of the progress pictures or videos.
Yeah. So and so that's all of the interview questions. Now I'm gonna have some fun to build this set, and now we're just gonna talk about anything that we want to talk about.
All right. Well, I particularly was thinking recently about what sets I'm going to probably buy before the year's up that are coming out. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on Gizmo, and probably the Santa upscale fig.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on that train or not, because the train looks underbuilt. So like it looks very it looks like a build I would have done when I was young.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with the holiday trains is since they're not really based on anything, since they're not realistic looking, I mean, they're probably designed to look like a toy.
Thank you,
And
Lego
so,
Bilbo.
yeah. Yeah, so
And,
you can definitely follow him on definitely go follow RC on Instagram. So like my problem with the holiday trains is I prefer
Go ahead.
I prefer the original one that came out at the end of the 9-volt era in 2006. Because
that's going for a pretty penny now, like $500, $600.
Yeah, all of the 9-volt sets are expensive now. But the reason why I prefer that is not because it's a 9-volt, but because the rolling stock looks more realistic. I'm actually going to go and see if I can search up some pictures for that.
Lego Bildo said the live stream background is very distracting. Are you talking about on my TV in the background, the live stream playing in the background? Is that messing you up, or are you talking about the wallpaper on the background behind Mayo's screen and my screen?
I think he's talking about my screen.
Like what you have going on in the background with all the different pictures.
I'm not going to change it.
Oh, I didn't say you had to, but I was just curious what he was talking about.
Yeah, and I'm responding. I'm not changing it.
But
because I don't know how to.
Yeah. No, I have a whole I have the Christmas train that came out not to the Christmas train that was before this one.
The one from 2016.
Yeah, I believe so. I have that one, and I like that one. I built a custom car to go on it. So it's got a little it's like got a coal tender now, and then it's got like another box car behind it. But I've got a whole section in my dining room I should probably do a tour on. Oh, that's the one. That's the one that you're talking about. That's the OG one.
Yeah, that's the first one from 2006. So you can see, unlike the 2016 and the 2025 version, it is actually a tender engine, and it comes with a passenger coach has bogey wheels. It comes with two gondola trucks, which one carries some pine trees and the other carries some Christmas presents. And there's there's a holiday caboose at the back. And I prefer that because I think the rolling stock looks more realistic.
I'm not look at that, man. 590 U's, 875 news. Look, what is that? That looks like a special bunny fig that's down there, like an animal. You see the bunny that's down there? It's up on its hind legs with its paws up and its ears like up. And then looks like on the train car they've got some. Is that a cat on the top of it, or is that another bunny up there?
Yeah, I've never paid attention to the minifigures in this, to be honest.
No, I sometimes that they'll only release stuff like that in 1 or 2 sets, and those parts alone become extremely expensive.
Yeah, well, I have a Minecraft server. It's creator mode, and my friends and I have been building a world in there. But anyone who pledges to me on Patreon can get access to join my Minecraft server.
So now if you look at the new one and you look at the wheels and how it is on there, you'll see what I'm talking about, how the train just doesn't look like it's like finished being built. It's almost like the wheels are just underneath a base plate. It doesn't have anything to make it look complete.
Yeah, that's the only bad part about the original is that it couldn't use the big wheels.
All right, later, Lego Bildo or Bildo. Yeah, no, that's crazy what that train right there is getting up to.
Yeah, and that was 5 seconds of silence for Charlie Kirk. Anyway, yeah. So like I just like how the older one had realistic rolling stock. I really don't like it, and it's probably why the Freight and Crane Railway is my favorite cargo train ever. Is that it's got the bogeyed rolling stock. When you look at the Loden Hall Railroad, which came out in 1991, and the Freight Rail Runner, which came out in 1994, it has the rolling stock that's not on a train base.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just a plate, is a base plate, and you build the train car.
Yeah, like the Metro liner, the passenger coaches came on train bases. The Freight and Crane Railway, the cargo railway, which you have in your sitting, comes on the train bases. The cargo railway has the well wagons.
Yes. Yeah.
And the well wagons are my favorite type of train rolling stock because you can get them to be intermodal trucks, and that's what the TTX set from 2004 was.
Yeah, I actually had to break that down and kind of make my own like that style, but I used different parts to create it. But that what you call a wagon well, is that what you're calling it?
A well wagon.
A well wagon. Yeah. So the one that Lego builds, it was just too long, and it was hitting buildings in the corners of the railroad track.
Yeah, that's because those the well wagons are longer than the 6x28 train base.
Yeah, so they need a longer radius corners, or you need to have room for it to cut in close.
Yeah, and also something very quickly before I forget about it, because we were going back and forth talking about our reactions of the tragic death of Charlie Kirk, and I haven't really spoken about it publicly because I wanted to wait for the right time, but I did want to express my thoughts, and my thoughts about the tragic Charlie Kirk assassination is just because you don't agree with someone does not mean you should wish political violence upon your enemies.
No, that's exactly right. And it's just, no matter what, you shouldn't be killing another person over anything. I mean, the only time that I think that it would be justified to kill another person would be if they are attempting to kill you and you're pretty much like your back's against the wall. You know, they're breaking into your home armed. You have no idea what their intentions are. But anybody who's breaking into your home armed, I promise you, their intentions aren't good. And so I just think that certain times it's justified, but for the most part, you should be able to control yourself better than that by a mile. That's just the lack of self-control. But there's also so many different stories that I keep hearing out there. Like they're talking about, you know, this was done by these people, this was done by these people. So I don't know. This wouldn't be the first time that, you know, the government got involved in some of this or something like that, because, you know, we all know what happened with JFK wasn't just a shooter in the grassy knoll. And they've got more and more evidence that prove that nowadays, especially when the government released files that said the CIA was involved in it. That's insane. So,
and it goes all the way back to Mahatma Gandhi in India centuries ago.
Yeah. So, like, you know, our government isn't above promoting political violence just to either hide an agenda so that way you'll never hear about it, or to further an agenda. So, you know, you never know. But I will say that the God's honest truth is the people that were cheering for it are that's where you really lost me. That's where it really lost me on a lot of people, is the people that were cheering for it. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, that's honestly, if you're cheering for the death of other people, and especially if you're cheering for killing somebody in front of their wife and children, I don't know what to tell you. You haven't evolved past caveman mentality.
Yeah, and so to wrap up this little arc, I'm just going to say, from this point going forward, if I see people trying to incite political violence, I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Exactly. Because honestly, and these are the same people that talk about they want peace. It's crazy.
Yeah, social media gives voice to the voiceless, and there's more hypocrisy every day.
Yeah, I will 100% agree on that. And that's one thing that it's social media has a great side and a dark side, and it sucks that they're intertwined.
And that's why I'm grateful that we have a great community here at the Mayo Hosko channel. I'm at the end of bag 1, and look how cute this is.
Oh, look how good it looks.
It's too wide. And so I think what happens is these studs are supposed to be the wheels, and they're going to go in between the rails.
Got it.
There's a coupling at the back to connect to some of that, to the rest of it. Yeah. So you're like, we have.
While you build that, give me 2 seconds. I'll bring in the real version.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a side-by-side comparison.
Give me 2 seconds.
Alexandria is still here and thinks it's cute. I think it looks cute too. Yeah, I'm putting some stickers on. And so what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to scan some QR codes for a bunch of these sets. So I can get the 20 insiders points. Sorry, it's so bad. They renamed the insiders points to loyalty points. So just like how some people will forever be tripped up on calling them VIP points, I'm going to be forever tripped up calling them insiders points. It's like Lego can't make up their own goddamn mind about what they want to call it.
So it's not insider points anymore, huh?
Yeah, it's loyalty points, which I like the name insiders points. I mean, that's what the program is.
Yeah, Lego insiders. Like you have the inside scoop. But there you go, Mayo.
Yeah, boy, let's get that on the full screen. That's the future on monorail.
Yep. And then so it's dusty. It sits on the shelf in my other room right now, or on a shelf I have in the bedroom. But yeah,
that's the all white, because the Unitron had more black in it.
And then it was really cool how it has like the section that hinges open, and you can it's got like a satellite that goes in there.
Yeah, and there's one of the stations has the wheel on the side, so that when the monorail passes it, that wheel turns the axle, which turns the satellite dish to spin around when it passes. Yeah.
And then so what's cool about this is one of the first sets that they actually used. They started introducing lights. That scared me right there. Anyways, but they actually started using these lights. So this light here gets power in between these bricks. If you can kind of see it there, I'll see if I'll put it up there. You see the metal that's at the bottom of the stud. It actually allows it to power up those lights. So this has light features on it.
Yeah, because when that came out in 1987, that was the first year of the lights and sound system.
Yep. And then so this was actually probably one of the first light kits that was ever done for a Lego set. So it's kind of cool, huh?
I put the sticker on upside down. No.
Oh no.
I'm gonna quickly straighten it.
You can always hit it with a blow dryer or something to warm it back up and kind of try and move it around.
Yeah, that's what Briggsard used to do when he bought used bulk lots on eBay. Is he would do that process. If a sticker was misaligned, he'd take a blow dryer to it to melt some of the glue and put a little bit of adhesive underneath.
Yeah, exactly. And then so that's exactly what it does. It just heats the glue back up to make it, you know, it's almost like gooey again.
Yeah, so you're able to recycle it if it gets crooked. Okay, well, it looks like bag 1 was just for the monorail section because there it is.
Thank you, Alexandria. I appreciate that.
There it is. Yeah. Alexandria is one of my friends from Brick Therapy.
Oh, very nice.
You probably don't know what Brick Therapy is.
I don't, but that's nice that you guys are friends.
Yeah. So Brick Therapy is a Discord server that people that some of my friends created, and we talk there every day because they primarily build a Lego for therapeutic reasons. I became friendly with them, even though I don't build for therapeutic reasons. I build for creative reasons, but they primarily build for therapeutic reasons and to console in each other. And I joined them, and I've got to become friends with them.
Very nice.
It was JDP Builds who introduced me to Never Too Old for Lego, who invited me to Brick Therapy, and the rest is history. So if anyone wants to join that, you might see the links provided by Streamlabs.
There's actually a lady that lives down the street from me. She only lives a couple houses down. And she does that exact thing. She is a therapist. I can't remember what kind of therapist she is, but she says that she uses Lego in a lot of her therapy sessions with all sorts of people, and I think a lot of kids too. But yeah, I guess a lot of people use that Lego in therapy, and because she was telling me that she has people. I ran into her at Orlando Brick Co. And while I was up there, I saw her, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing here?" And she was like, "Yeah, no," and she said, some of my clients have been telling me about this place, so I just stopped by. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." I was like, "What do you do?" And then that's when she was telling me everything that she does. And then she says she gets Lego all the time from so many of these kids' parents or so many people that are just like, "Oh, we got a bunch of Lego in the attic. You can have it if you want it." Or, "Here, I'm going to drop off a bunch of Lego for your thing." So she says she has just boatloads of Lego over there.
Yeah, and like I know so many people who have gotten into the hobby because people told them that Lego was a good way to unwind.
Well, I've always been a builder. I'll be honest with you. I was stoked for my 12th birthday because I got my first circular saw, because I have always been into building. My uncles, for like my 9th birthday, gave me a whole bunch of, they were all in construction, and I always thought it was the coolest thing. And I would go out and I'd be like, "Let's go see Pete," or "Let's go see Steve." And because they would always be at the job site, and I always thought it was so cool to be at the job site. And they gave me a bunch of tools one year for my 9th birthday. They gave me like hammers, nails, a handsaw, a bunch of lumber, a bunch of stuff. And then, so I started building with hammer, nails, saw, and wood when I was young. So my whole life I've been a builder, and this is just something that allows me to do that at home in the AC. You know what I'm saying? I can just go crazy, and I can just build like crazy, and it's just something I enjoy like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a grill.
Like to cook on?
There's a 1x2 grill. I can't see it.
I see you got the paper bags already.
Yeah. Was this? Oh, it just dropped. It just dropped down.
The infamous.
Here. It got caught on the box next to me.
It's the infamous. Am I not seeing it, or did Lego skip me moment?
Yeah. See, I wear my heart in my mouth every time that happens.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're so quick to be like, "Oh, I'm missing a piece," but then like you look and you're like, "Oh, it's right here, man."
Yeah, and so like yeah, that's happened to me more times than I want to imagine.
Hey, give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna grab a water.
Yeah.
Alexandria says, I do not like the paper bags personally.
That's the way of the future.
Give me 2 seconds. What are you watching?
Yeah, so right now we're in bag 2. We're building some of the track system. Oh yeah, I need to build 2 times of these builds. Need to build twice of these. One for each of these curves. And I got my water bottle next to me, but I haven't felt thirsty this whole stream. Yeah. Where's this? Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this set yet, but you know what? No, I know exactly what I'm going to do with this set. I'm going to put this next to the other Space Baby set on my shelf. That's where it's going to go.
I'll tell you what I know you need to do is you need to put the Space Babies on it.
Yeah, there is a Space Baby in this. There is a Space Baby in this set.
Oh, there you go. See there? You need to get a bunch of them on there.
Hello, Chichichiyami. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before, so welcome to the Mayo Hosko channel. Have we hit the like goal of 15 yet? Let me check.
I'm not sure. It doesn't show me much on this end.
Oh, we stupid. No, there it is. We need one more like to get to 15 likes.
So there is a Lego show coming up on October 4th and 5th. I'm gonna probably go to that. That's only like 2 weeks away, a week away, something like that.
Is that the Orlando BlitzCon?
Yeah, it's Brick something, Brickvention or something like that. But the last time they were in town, they had part of new what is it? New what is it?
New Hashima.
New Hashima. That's what I want to say. Hashima, but New Hashima. They had a pretty good size section of it there last time.
Yeah, you were talking about that previously.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna go this here. Hey, I know it's mainly a U.S. thing, but do you guys have anything down there that's similar to Thanksgiving?
Not really, because we don't have anything to be thankful for.
No, well, it's honestly to celebrate when I guess the Pilgrims and the Indians came to a truce, and they decided to have, well, I guess what they call break bread with each other, and they sat down and they ate, and they all brought food together, and they like made peace. So that's really what it comes from. That's what the most of it, and then you're supposed to be thankful for all your friends and family and everything you have and stuff like that.
Yeah, because for those who don't know what Thanksgiving was, it was a peace offering. It was a peace offering and an olive branch between the American Indians and the Pilgrims, because some of the first settlers, they were not equipped to handle themselves.
Oh no, and they got slaughtered by Native Americans when they first came here, because I mean, in all actuality, in that time frame, the way it was is, we don't know who you are and we don't know why you're on our land and you're trying to take over, so we're not having it.
Yep. And territory warfare is as old as civilization.
I was about to say, it's time itself, my friend.
Yeah.
And it's not just humans. It's the animal kingdom.
Yeah. It's every species and fauna that ever existed.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Some people try to deny the fact, and they're lying to themselves.
Yeah, no, it's literally Mother Nature, and how humans have been programmed from Mother Nature alone. It's just that is why it is in every species in the animal kingdom. I mean, bugs fight for territory and mates, and all the way up to lions and tigers and all the other mammals out there, even animals in the ocean, animals in the air, animals on ground, including us. So it's nothing new.
Yeah, and it's like every time I see people freaking out about that stuff, I'm like, do you not know the history of Earth?
Yeah, exactly, of mankind, let alone like just the animal kingdom. Like, have you never watched the National Geographic once?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I've lost another piece. I think I built something wrong.
Oh, you used the part where you should. They kill me with that color thing like that. That's what'll happen sometimes. Sometimes I'll use the dark gray part when it's really supposed to be black or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see what I did wrong. Fortunately, I've got dozens of brick separators nearby.
Yeah. It's not like you'll ever be short on those. You buy one Lego set and you've got enough for life.
Yep. But I just need to figure out how to put this together. Yeah. So, what's the time? So we're coming up on the second hour, but we're going to be going live until midnight.
That works. I'll hang out with you till then. So I was saying earlier, Gizmo's on my list. The Santa Claus up scale figs on my list. Then, like I said, I don't know about the holiday train, although I usually every year get the holiday set, but it's always usually like a set. This year it wasn't a set. It's that god-awful $300 tree and the train that, honestly, it needed just a little bit better of a build. Last year, I love last year's.
Attention to a lot of the October sets, and so I first heard people reacting to that tree on someone else on a stream I was watching, and I was like, $350 for that? Really?
Oh yeah, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's, don't get me wrong, it's a cool concept or whatever, but absolutely no way I would spend $300 on that, or you know, put another set out there that you would rather have for $300. Just put it that way.
Yeah, because looking at that set, I mean, I haven't properly analyzed it, so I don't have a concrete opinion. But just looking at it, that looks like it should be $250 just by the pictures. I don't know all the intricacies about it, but the pictures, I see that it looks like a $250 set. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about the modulars you can get for $220. Like, it's such a better set for less money. It's a Christmas tree that the panels come off of, and then when the panels come off, it's got little scenes on the inside. And it's like, you can't use it in any of your winter sets, because like I have a winter area, and I've got a bunch of the winter. I got the winter train, and I got a bunch of winter sets set up, and then it's on a shelf that goes around my dining room. So the train goes around the dining room, and in the corner, each one I've got a bunch of the I've got the carousel, and it was the carousel and like a couple of little like a farmer's market type deal. I don't know if you remember that winter set. I've got the what is it? What was it called? The Alpine Lodge. Is that?
Yeah.
Yep. I got that one. I've got what was another one? A toy shop or something like that.
The original one was from the 2000s. Then they re-released it in 2016, I believe.
Yeah, and I got the one that's like a candy house or gingerbread house. It's got the Mr. and Mrs. Gingerbread with the baby gingerbread in the stroller. Do you know that one?
I haven't kept up with the Winter Village sets.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough. I've got quite a few of them in there, and I built them all into the thing. And then I got the winter trolley. I don't know if you remember the trolley that came out.
Yeah, that came with the Main Street set.
Yeah, I got that one. And I got quite a few of them up there. But like I said, if I get the Christmas tree, where am I going to put it? I can't put it in my Christmas village. I can't put it with all like the Christmas stuff. It's just going to be sit on a shelf by itself, and they know that. That's why they went ahead and designed it to be put back in the box.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. So I just don't see spending $300 on a set that you're just going to put back in the box.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I did with the fireworks Ferris wheel that I built on Cal's stream on Wednesday night.
Alexandra said she wants the large scale Santa and Wednesday Addams sets.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people who want to get the Wednesday set. I know a whole bunch of other people who want the upscaled Santa. I'm not interested in the upscaled Santa or the pirate, but I was interested in the original. I have two of them. One I'm going to keep as the original, one I'm going to convert to my sig fig, and I'm an Octan guy. It's one of the main reasons 1992 is my favorite year, so I had to buy it, and I got it during one of the gift with purchases.
Nice. I'll be honest with you, I do like the pirate. I feel like the pirate's a really good one out of the upscale figs. Like, they really did a really good job on that. But I'll also tell you that $300 to $350 is definitely not happening.
Yeah, that's because it's exclusive to the Lego house.
Yeah, I can't even justify that.
Yeah, that's why. That's one of I'm just glad that I'm not a Pirates fan. Otherwise, I would want it. See, despite the fact that I grew up with Islanders and I grew up with some of the early 90s Pirates, I think the reason why I don't like Pirates is because I think there's more imagination to be had with town, castle, and space. There's more potential for build options for, as far as I go. For me, I look at the Pirates theme, and I'm not going to talk trash about the pirate stuff you have in your city. But because for what it's worth, Pirates is good, and I'm glad a lot of people enjoy it. But when I look at pirates, I think of islands and water. Like, there's no Middle Zealand in pirates. There's no wide world in pirates. There's no to infinity and beyond in pirates. Most of what we think of Lego Pirates is the Caribbean islands, as per the box art.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what you would have to do if you ever built like a whole city that was just pirate. I mean, you could, but it would just be, like you said, it would just be more ships with different factions. So you would have blue coats, you'd have red coats. I even have one of them. One of the pirate figs I got out of a '90s bulk bin. He's green. Do you know what faction that's from?
Yeah, so if the torso was green, those were the Spanish conquistadors from the Imperial Armada sets.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna get it right now to show you.
Yeah, they came out. They were sold from 1996 to 1997. The Imperial Armada. I really like the Armada centering, which it's a little tiny shack that I remember when the Brick Show reviewed it. They theorized maybe it's where you pay your taxes to enter the bay. And I thought, you know what, that's a really cool interpretation of what this century is supposed to be. So I'm not a big fan of the Imperial Armada. I don't like their flagship. I really don't like the island sets they have in it. But I do like the minifigures. I just wish that the sets were done better. But I think the Armada centering is just about as good as you would want a small pirate set to be.
These figs right here, right?
Yeah, the green Spanish conquistador from the Imperial Armada.
I'm trying to put my hand. There we go.
Yeah. So you know what? Because you're in Florida. Well, you're not in South Florida. But if you were in South Florida, there's probably Caribbean architecture down there.
Yeah. So there's a couple of islands here that are like Esmeralda Island and Marco Island and a couple of those places. And if you ever go to them, they've got like remnants and places of old Spanish like forts that were built there, back in the 16 and 1700s and stuff.
Yeah, because there's a History Channel YouTuber who documents some of the territorial changes in all of the wars that's ever happened. They have really good graphics, and they talked about how the Spanish colony controlled the Caribbean and the constant exchange of Caribbean and Central American land between the English, the French, and the Spanish, and how there's always been fights over which colony controls this island and that island, and Florida has changed hands about 3 different times.
Yeah, if you go down there towards the Keys and stuff, they got a lot of it down there too, because the Keys, the Bahamas, isn't very far.
Yeah, because Brick Hive on his streams, he talks about when he used to be in Florida, because there's some military bases in Key West, and I'd imagine there's a lot of old Spanish forts near Key West.
Yeah.
On some of the islands. On some of the
about as south as it gets.
Yeah, on some of the islands near Key West. Because I looked at the map of Key West after Hive kept on talking about it on his streams, and I was like, are these man-made islands? I'm not sure.
No. They've been around for forever.
So my theory about why Key West is shaped that way is there must have been so many water currents that ran through there that it sculpted those islands to be almost straight lines.
Yeah.
There must have been so much. There must have been so much water flowing between the Gulf of whatever country you want to recognize it and the Atlantic Ocean. There must have been so many ships traveling through there that those are the most straight islands in the world.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. You're probably right. And then I also think that there's a good possibility is that those islands used to be bigger, 200, 300 years ago.
Yeah, and as the water kept on rolling over it, it would have eroded the islands away. Hello, YOLO X. Good to see you here, buddy. Cool mocks on the screen, yo. Yes, because for the first hour of this stream, by the way, I'm building. Let me get the box. What I'm building. I'm building this set from the Insider's Rewards. I'm building this set right now. I was waiting for a good time, and I haven't told this, but I was thinking, you know what? Halfway through Cower Stream, I was thinking, yeah, I need to get the link ready to invite you onto the stream, RC. And I was just looking around my room, and I thought, you know what? This would be the perfect time to build a vintage set.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then everyone enjoyed seeing your city for the first hour of the stream. So if anyone wants to go back and see RC's tour of his city, you can do that, or you can go and subscribe to his channel using the link in the pinned comment to see city updates.
I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that, Mayo.
And actually, you know what? If you pan over to your if you pan over back to your pirates stuff with some of the Islanders things, YOLO X might have some feelings about that because he's from Hawaii.
Oh, got you. Yeah, I don't know if YOLO's seen it all. I'm sure he has if he's been on the gram.
I mean, I know some of YOLO's feelings about Lego and islands because of stuff we've talked about on Twitter X.
Let's see what I got. I got it all tangled up here. Hold on a second. See, I wish they made wireless cameras. I mean, I bet they do. It's just expensive, right?
Because you've been more so working on your Western stuff recently, right?
I did a little bit over there, but mainly what I've been working on is that rescue. Did you say Western or rescue?
Western. You were talking about how you made progress since that last time.
Yeah. So what I've been working on over here is this right here. So I've been working on where this is actually going to be like it's going to look like a cave that connects here, and then it's all going to come up here. But then it's all going to come here. I'm going to figure out a way to put this into the cave to kind of make this set just like it is, but in here. So I've been working on trying to finish this up. You see how there's missing block and everything like that. So I'll go through and I'll build it all up. But it'll be the bandits hideout, like a gold mine, abandoned gold mine. And then when it comes up more, there's actually going to be another cave like the other side, and it's going to be another time cruiser's time lab. And instead of having a boat in this one with the big time machine that's shaped like a pirate ship. This one will be the one that's like a car, and so this one will have more like a runway that takes off out of a cave, and for the car to land on. And before then it comes up here, and then I'm gonna have a waterfall that comes from up here, and that will come down, and that's actually what you'll see. It goes to this waterfall here. It'll trace its way through the mountain, just like I did on the other side. And I'm gonna have Indians up here in the tops of the mountain, and I'm gonna make it look like Western mountains. Like I also said, I'm gonna do that sign that they had in the Lego movie that said the Old West. I'm gonna build that, and I'm gonna put it up there. And then I'll have all sorts of other themes kind of built into it. Like, for example, I'm gonna work the adventurers in here somehow, some way. But I've got a couple of adventurers sets that I really like that pretty much go with like a Western kind of theme. And it's whatever this tracked car is that they came out with.
Oh, that's the Trackmaster from the Dino Island wave of Lego Adventurers.
Got you. Yeah, I always thought.
I remember what you were talking about in your city update is that you were trying to blend the Western into the end of the mountain.
Yeah. I got this. I got this right here. This blimp. I don't know if you remember this one too. This was like
that's the hot air balloon from the Temple of Anubis from Adventurers in Egypt.
And then they also no, actually I think is that or is this the one that they sold by itself? This is the one they sold by itself, and it looks like they're in the mountains, like the.
Well, if that was the one that was sold separately, that was the one for the Himalayas in the Orient Expedition sub theme.
Yeah, I think that's what this one's from.
Yeah, that was because they made two. One was for Egypt, one was for the Himalayas.
Yeah, and the Egypt one came with a larger set.
Yeah, it came with the Temple of Anubis. The one for Orient Expedition was sold separately.
Yeah, and that's
but the four main takeaways I got from your latest update is that you're trying to blend the Western into the end of the mountain. You were trying to blend more. Well, you were trying to spruce up some of the islanders into the mountain. You built you expanded the rescue tower, and you were incorporating more of the castle factions into the mountain.
Yep. Yeah.
Those are at least those were my 4 takeaways from your latest city update.
Yep. And I've been adding a lot of just details, like I said, going through, like this was just green grass, and I had a guy cutting it like on a mower, but I was like, forget that. I was like, I'll do something with some detail. So I added a pond with a couple, little ducks in there, some frogs, and then a whole bunch of plant life. And
and you shortened, and with what you said earlier, you shortened the rolling stock for the cargo railway.
Yeah, you see there? You see how I had to do that? So now instead of having 2 cars, 2 of the passenger containers, this usually has 2 on one. I just gave each one its own car, and I shortened it up. So now instead of having 2 of the long ones, it's got 4 of these short ones.
And much like everyone else in the chat, from the chat today, YOLO's impressed with what you cut, and Johnny G thinks Western is cool. So do I. I really like. I'm not sure if you have it in your Western area, but by far my 2 favorite Western sets are Gold City Junction and Bandit Secret Hideout.
So the Bandit Secret Hideout is the one that I was talking about doing. It's that gold mine, that abandoned gold mine. I do have it right here. I just have the plane in the thing.
Yeah, because I feel like with that Bandit Secret Hideout right there, because it's got all of the rocks behind, if there's one set that you could blend well into the end of the mountain to be like the start of where the rocks climb up into the altitude, it would be that.
Yeah. You see, and the way that they have it set up is like it's a gold mine, and this actually it usually goes up here, you see where this they've got a cannon here. Hold on, I got this thing tangled up. All right, so they've got a cannon that sits up there, and you're supposed to have this thing. They trip, and it trips the wire, and it rolls. Whoops, sorry. So they've got this thing here, and it's like a cable that connects to the other side, and then it's got this little piece that moves out of the way. And then so what you're supposed to do is when the horse comes through, it pulls the rope, and then the guy comes out on the cannon. He comes rolling out, and so
because that string acts as a trip wire.
Yep. And so I'm gonna try and incorporate that similar setup out into here, and so I'm gonna try and build something similar to this right here into this part of the mountain, especially the way that it comes out and it goes out here. And so this is almost like, the bad guy's hideout back here in the corner, tucked away at the end of the.
I see what you're going to do. So you got the slope of the mountain to the right, and that's going to come back, and that's going to come down to the sand hills, which formed that gorge where the water is.
Yep.
And then to the left of the gorge, the sand hills will climb up to cover the rocks of the bandits' hideout.
Yep. So this will pretty much come up, and then eventually it'll come over, but it'll have this hideout, and it'll have this set up. But then I'm also going to build into the mountain. I'm going to build a like I said, I was going to build like another time cruiser's cave in here. And then and then I will have that water, and you're exactly right. When the water's coming down and it's flowing, that's exactly how all this happened. Is this is old flow marks from where the river did used to run at one point, but now it's had a new path. But this is an old one after time. What's been left behind.
Yeah. So am I correct in saying that when you're going to blend those rocks from the hideout into the sand hills, that's where the Indian camps are going to be?
Yeah, so what will really happen is this will look more like this here. So here I'm going to try and scooch it over without messing it up, but this will kind of be a setup that'll be more like this, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll move the stairs and everything else like that, so that way it makes sense and whatnot. Maybe put another landing pad out there, but that's what I'll kind of make this built into this area right here, and then have the rock come up, and then like I said, another cave cut out with another time cruiser's time lab. And then when the mountain gets up to like this point, that's when I'll have the Indians with the teepees and everything else like that go across, and then it'll all come across all the way over to this side. And then so it'll have a whole mountain built out, and I'll have all sorts of scenes played out. I'll have buffaloes, because I have quite a few of the brick built buffalo, and I'll have these, grazing next to the Indians and stuff like that. I'm going to actually put, what set I'm talking about, Mayo, the Time Twisters train. I'm going to put that coming out of a cave on this side. And so it looks like it's traveling through time.
Is it gonna be coming out of the portal inside of the cave?
Yeah, I'll pretty much have it like coming to exactly like it's like traveling through time, and this is where it's in new places, like it's where it's traveled to. And so I'm gonna have it look like coming out of a cave.
So it's gonna look like the train is flying out of the mountain. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that's exactly you got it. So whatever you're thinking in your head is probably pretty close to what I'm thinking in mine, and so that's what I'm going to try and do.
Yeah.
So but it's time in parts, man. Time in parts.
Yeah, and then near where you have the train tunnel that goes underneath your mountain, what you need to build above that tunnel entrance is a portal made out of some basic bricks, and then you got to make a separate video or a post about that on your Instagram, and then I'm going to build that exact same build and put that as a portal into my mountain, which I'll build eventually, so that my sig fig can teleport into your city.
Nice. Now you're thinking. That's pretty cool. So we can connect cities to cities.
Yeah, and what I want to have eventually is one of the I'm gonna have a little table that extends out on the wall, but not my existing tables, to be where the harbor to be where the harbor shunting yards are for the train. There's gonna be a line at the back that doesn't end in sheds, but instead keeps on going into a tunnel, and that'll be a tunnel to all of the other
cities.
Well, to all of the other railways in other YouTubers' sittings. So the way that I think Robin Hood Bricks has a switch, and there's a siding that goes off beyond the city, you could theoretically imagine via teleportation, like what you're doing with the time cruisers, time twisters. I'd imagine the same thing. It's kind of like the Magic Railroad from Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Instead of the magic buffers, it'd be the magic tunnel.
Yeah, exactly. YOLO, you're already reading my mind, because I've got both the 97 UFO and I've got the Alien Conquest UFOs, and I'm going to work them into the western side to have a guy getting abducted. In fact, give me 2 seconds and I'm going to show you something pretty cool. Here, give me just a second. I'm going to put this up and I'll be right back. It's just because you mentioned that. Just because you mentioned that, YOLO.
Yeah, and just for that, I'm at the end of bag. Sorry, how do I do this? Come on. Yeah, I'm at the end of bag 3. Gonna put the sticker on. All this sticker's hard to put on. So this goes underneath here. And where does this go? Oh yeah, this goes on top. So this is the end of bag 3 of the set I'm building. That's the end of bag 3. Yeah, so RC does have plans for UFOs, Western UFOs. So is it one of the UFOs from the UFO space theme?
I do have one of those that I'm going to try and work in, but this is the main one that I'm going to work in. Can you see this one?
Yeah, that's the alien mothership from Alien Conquest. Okay,
so this one right here actually has this base at the bottom. Can you see that? Where it's like a big, like a round gray curved part that's at the bottom. Can you see that, Mayo?
Yeah.
So, that being said, they actually make these parts, and so since YOLO mentioned it, I figure I'll go ahead and show you guys, because he brought it up. Why does that seem so blurry there? Let me see something. Trying to focus on something. But I've got to get more of them. I've got a few more, but I need way more than a few. Probably like another 4, to be honest with you. But if you look, can you see that now?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tractor beam, and it's gonna have a fig inside of it, and it's gonna be abducting a couple of Western people.
That'd be funny. Like Cowboys versus Aliens with Han Solo.
Exactly. And then I've got all the Cowboys, and then I think I'm gonna have it be I've got the Prospector. If you ever remember the Prospector from a couple of series figs, it's probably quite a few back now.
I remember.
But he's like a guy who's out there in the desert digging for gold. So
And he's like Stinky Pete from Toy Story 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see, YOLO, we were already on the same page, YOLO. You said, "Oh, you thinking UFO for Western?" Already there, brother.
So is that link only because of Cowboys vs. Aliens?
Honestly, I don't think. In here, give me 1 second. I'm putting this. I had to put that UFO on the Lego part that I got there. I'll be honest with you. I would have never thought about Cowboys and Aliens before that movie came out. And then that movie came out, and I was like, "That's kind of silly." And then I watched it. I was like, "That's kind of cool." And then so, I don't think Cowboys and Aliens were even too cross, like I guess themes until that movie.
Well, I always intended on opening this, and I'm enjoying the build because I want to put this next to my other Space Baby set.
Have you seen Cowboys vs. Aliens?
No, but I know some of the references in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even the worst movie. I'll be honest with you, it's not that bad.
I've heard.
I thought it would be really dumb, but it's not too shabby.
The one cheesy movie I always hear about is Sharknado.
Oh my gosh, I can't even watch that stuff. You gotta be one of those people that just love cheesy movies.
And I'm not a movie buff.
Yeah, no. It's like it's silly, and I think there's like 10 of them now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's like 10 different Sharknados, and then like all of them are like even more dumb than the last. Like it's like some of the sharks have like 5 heads and stuff.
Oh my god. My favorite movie ever is WALL-E. I'm not sure what your thoughts about WALL-E is.
It has really no like words to it, so I kind of lose interest pretty fast because it's just nobody's really saying anything. That one robot says stuff like the white one that flies around.
Yeah. Eve.
Yeah, and then
yeah, it's one of those movies where less than half of the runtime has dialogue.
Yeah, and I mean, you understand what he's trying to do and accomplish, and kind of like what he's saying because you can kind of tell what's going on. But yeah, like I said, there's like nothing really being said. I will say it's scary how close we are to becoming the human race that's in that movie.
Yeah, the realism is why I like it, and it's still culturally relevant because look at what a big tech has done.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like rolling around in their chairs, and I'm just like, oh my god, like that's. I don't know if you guys have them over there. You guys have Walmarts over there?
No, because Walmart, that's mainly North American. We have our own department stores that definitely try to copy the Walmart business model.
Yeah, do they copy the Walmart customer model? Like, golly, man, some of the people in there are just like enormous.
Well, I know that Walmart has had greeters for decades, and all of a sudden seeing a lot more greeters at the department stores because they realize there's plenty of people who walk in there with backpacks and they don't go to the checkout line.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, you ever go to Walmart, you will see these people that just like refuse to walk, and they're unbelievable overweight, and they're on those little electric scooters, and it reminds me of that WALL-E movie.
Yeah, because going back to the Walmart thing, whenever I go to a department store and to see if there's any Lego on clearance, if there's not, I walk out, and when I'm about 20 feet, no, sorry, when I'm about 50 feet from where the greeter is, it's just force of habit now. I spin my backpack around and open it because I know that they're going to want to inspect one specific pocket.
Well, mainly what the greeter does here is when you're walking out with your cart, they want to see a receipt.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's particularly more so when the checkout is in the middle of the store.
Yeah, and so they got a lot of self checkouts now too. And
so I avoid the self checkout as much as possible.
Yeah, a lot of times now it'll be the only thing they have open.
Yeah, I literally only use express checkout if I'm carrying one item. I don't want to scan 2 times.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you right now. There's plenty of times that I've gone to Walmart and there's not a single cashier there. There's just one lady that's guiding people and helping them if they need help. But only thing that's open is the self checkouts, and it's a whole section of like 10 or 15 of them. And then the same thing at Target. There's like 7, 8 self checkouts, and then after like 5 o'clock, there's no more cashiers. There's just one person working at the self checkout section, and you got to check yourself out. And then if you have any issues, that person will come over and give you a hand.
Yeah, that's why I try to order a bunch of my Lego online so that I don't have to deal with that whole process. And I end up, so like the only reason I'd go into a store is if I don't think I'm going to spend enough money to qualify for free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I know at Kmart Australia or Target Australia, I'm going to be spending more than $65, I'll just order it online because I'll get free shipping.
Yeah, exactly.
Because since Kmart Australia and Target Australia are technically different companies, because when those American companies came here, they sold off their Australian divisions to Australian companies. That's why Kmart still exists here. And Kmart saw how successful Walmart is and have now tried to copy the Walmart model.
Oh.
Because they negotiated a bunch of the contracts they had with distributors to lower their prices. And also Amazon is so big that now, particularly Target Australia, when they have their clearance sale, often they'll clear their sets to be the same price as Amazon. And so I refuse.
So they'll price match with Amazon.
Yeah, so like when Amazon has a sale on some specific sets, I mean, some retailers will already price match with Amazon, but there are some retailers, when Amazon has a sale on a Lego set, that retailer is going to have the same sale to be the same price as Amazon to compete with Amazon.
Gotcha.
So that's when I get a lot of my Lego on clearance is when the department stores price match with Amazon, because I would only buy from Amazon if I care about fast shipping.
Yeah, I do Amazon on certain stuff, but yeah, I'll be honest with you, Amazon over here, there's been times where we've ordered just something random like a pair of headphones or I do these liquid IV drinks, so that it's just like a powder mix drink that you mix with water to give you electrolytes, and so it's like an electrolyte drink. And so I'll order them in the morning, and before 5 o'clock they're already at my house.
Yeah, because like if I want a product right now, I'd order from Amazon. If I can only find the product on Amazon, I'll buy from Amazon.
Yeah. So,
but Jeff Bezos has got everyone else's money. He doesn't need my money.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Also, I went on Amazon and I looked at prices, and because my girlfriend has a Prime account, and she was like, "You saw those drinks there?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Look at the price difference," and it was like almost half the cost as it was at the grocery store. I don't know how they're selling it cheaper and delivering it to your door. I don't know how they're doing that.
Yeah, that's why. And Billy's back saying, I've noticed Target having prices to meet Amazon even in the store. Yeah, exactly. Because like, if you have the economics to price match Amazon, do it.
Yeah.
Because
hey, by the way, YOLO said something about the Lego sign. I was just going to show him that right fast. So you can get this off of Rebrickable. They sell the instruction, or they don't even sell it. They just got them on there for free. And so you can get the instructions. You just have to have the pieces. But yeah, I made the Lego Movie logo, and then I hung it from the crane, kind of like they did on the flyer. So it looks like it's hanging from the crane, but really what's going on is those clear pieces are holding it up. I have that bracing it up. But then I put Lord Business up there, and he's trying to stomp on Emmett. I got Emmett hanging off of it. But then I also got a micromanager here with the Craggle, trying to Craggle Emmett. And then there's another micromanager climbing up the building too, trying to chase Emmett down. But I've got Lego Movie scenes through the whole thing. Like if you look here, there's Bad Cop, and he's chasing Emmett in wild style. See if you can see it down there. There you go. If you can kind of see him down there in front of Bad Cop. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. I'll show it from. Oh no, it's kind of, yeah. Anyways, it's over there. Just believe me. And then I've got the Super Secret Police, and then I've got a couple other. If you see that plumber plane, that's from the Lego Movie. I got quite a few Lego Movie sets throughout the whole thing, so I figured the Lego Movie logo was appropriate for the city.
Yeah, and with that, I'm gonna show off the set because I'm done.
Do it.
And I got it done 22 minutes before the end. So I'll bring this up to the camera and put myself on full screen now. So yeah, there's the complete set.
Very nice.
And now
cool. So does it move around easy?
It has some troubles going around the curves, but if you orient it right, you can get it to go around the curves if you're careful with it.
You gonna motorize it?
It's way too small. Although you got to really press down on these plates to be straight so that it doesn't get caught.
Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't do too bad on straightaways. That's not a bad set. That's a cool set.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to make sure all of that's ship shape. And there's an extra piece here, and there's some extra pieces where I'm just going to put it as another little antenna, just because I want to. So do you guys ever do that when you have extra pieces with the set? You try to incorporate it into the set?
Yeah. Only time I don't is when it's like, I mean, sometimes I even do it then if I can. But on the minifigs, they'll come with like just one extra stud or something. But it kind of makes it hard to incorporate it.
Yeah. So so I'm really happy with the set. It's everything I expected out of the set, and now I'm gonna have fun incorporating my other Space Babies, with the other Space Baby set in with this set, because I'll put this next to the micro scale of the Alpha 1 rocket base, and I just saw we got 15 likes. Thank you very much, everybody.
Nice. Can the Space Baby fit in the front of the monorail?
Yeah.
So, so it actually is to the scale of the Space Baby. Oh, yeah, look at there.
You can see that it stands up inside of the cab.
Nice. So that's pretty much at this. It's not even Space Baby. It's microfigs at a micro scale.
Yeah, that's what it's technically, but I think the term Space Baby caught on, so everyone uses it now.
You know, and I wouldn't even say microfigs, because there are those microfigs that are almost like the size of like the little statues and stuff. Like
those. Yeah, they're technically not Well, you know what? Yeah, you raise a good point. There's the one with the square base that are the nano figures. There are the ones with the round place, which are the micro figures, and those are technically the baby figs. Because if you see some of the babies in the city sets, that's the same mold except for the helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
because they even have the ones that fit inside the minifigure's hands, like the hands, they can fit on the hands, and then they got the other ones that you're talking about with the square bottom that you can actually like put on a stud.
Yeah.
Like for example here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, because I have Emmett and well, they're both Emmett, but Emmett and who is the guy in Lego Movie 2 that
Rex Dangerous?
Yeah, Rex Dangerous. Yeah, here, hold on, let me show you something.
Yeah. And also, for those who don't remember, on Cal's stream before this stream, I built this cotton candy cart.
So out of that set, each Emmett came with its own minifig that he holds. You see that?
Yeah.
And you see, so they got these minifigs that are like micro minifigs. And then they have the other ones that are like got a square bottom, like you were talking about, that are a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Is that the friend set?
Yeah, this is a friend's cotton candy stand. It's on wheels, and it's pulled by a Vespa scooter, which is in the medium azure.
Nice.
So what I'm going to do is, originally I had my Miss Amby sig fig operating the balloon cart. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have Miss Amby operating this. And I'm going to go get my Miss Amby sig fig. Let me get it. And let me put it inside of here. Yeah, so this is what Miss Amby's sig fig looks like in the cotton candy stand.
Very nice. That looks pretty good. You gonna put that in your city somewhere?
Yeah, so I think in the city update, which will come out in 2 days, I'm gonna have it parked in front of one of the modulars. Maybe I'll park it outside of the downtown diner. I don't know yet. But eventually what I'll do is I'll convert this rolling cart into a kiosk.
Very nice. YOLO says Paradisa and Friends, and then he put them together. It says Friends Adisa.
Yeah, I love myself some friends and Paradisa. Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
Yeah, so that costs you money now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it cost me money. So I'm not going to do that until we get monetized. And so, because like, remember when I converted one of the taco vans into a Mexican food kiosk?
Yeah.
And remember when I converted one of the hot dog vans into a kiosk?
Yeah, so like they sell hot dogs instead of a van, it's just like a stand.
Yeah, because instead of it being on wheels, it's stationary. Well, I'll do the same with this.
And that's what cotton candy stand?
Yes. It's a traveling cotton candy stand. So I'm gonna get something else.
Is that pink? Is that pink beehives on there?
Yeah, they're the beehive piece in pink.
I need quite a few of those actually because for the underwater area.
Yeah, because if anyone remembers, this I converted this from a taco van that came with the Friends Street Fair and Market set, whatever thing. I converted that into that. There was also a juice. There was also a juice bar from that set, which I converted into a kiosk. And this was also originally a Friends set.
Nice.
So what I imagine is when I convert this rolling cotton candy stand into a kiosk, it'd probably be a similar width to this juice bar.
Got you.
And there's also an Asian food stand that I converted into a kiosk that's with some of my other mocks for Asian Town. Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things I like about the Friend sets ability is that they include pieces that you don't find a lot in other themes. I think we've seen more and more themes getting the Vespa scooters, but I see the most amount of them in the Friend sets.
Yeah, in Lego we get those dirt bikes I guess in city you get those dirt bikes and those motorcycles all the time from the cops and the fire department.
Yeah, and all of the criminals trying to get away.
Yep.
Yeah, I have so many dirt bikes. I got them in one of my drawers to the right of where my Mac is right now. I just got a drawer full of them.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't doubt it. I have like, I'll be honest with you, I've got them in there with my minifigure drawers. I got them in there with the little. I've got a drawer that's filled with like all sorts of car stuff. I've got them in there. I've got them in the wheel entire thing. I've got them everywhere. They really hang out that dirt bike a lot.
Yeah, and so I can't wait to use those dirt bikes on a dirt trail on top of my mountain whenever I get around to building it.
That'll be cool.
Because I can't think of anywhere in my city right now where a dirt bike is good enough.
Yeah, I remember. Well, when you do the mountain and everything, you'll have a spot for it. But that's how things start in my city. I want a section for something, or I want a set to fit in it. So I decide to build something through the city so I can just have that specific set or vehicle or whatever it is. That's like Extreme Team. I wanted to have that Extreme Team part of the city, so I made sure to make a part of the mountain for Extreme Team.
Because you made your mountain to house so much stuff that you didn't think you could fit into your city.
No, unless I went up, there was no way I was going to fit all of that. That's because, like it's got layers to the mountain that allows me to stack sets on top of sets.
Yeah, and so like I've got my work cut out for me.
Yeah. Do you remember the '90s motorcycles they used to have?
Yeah, I got there was a police set that came with that came with the car that had the same canopy as that had the same cockpit canopy as your monorail. I think there was two motorbikes in there. And yeah, the holder for that is broken, so the wheels don't sit in there. I can pose it standing up, but
looks like you got some spam in the chat. Who's that?
Yeah, I can pose it in the sitting, but I can't play with it in the sitting.
Yeah, no. I actually have that set you're talking about in my city.
Yeah, because I can't remember if it came with a helicopter or not. I want to say it was just the sports car for the highway patrol and 2 motorbikes.
Yeah, the one that I got was just the car and the motorcycle.
Okay, maybe it only included 1 motorbike. I don't know where I thought there was 2.
I'm trying to think of even the set number, or if I even have the instructions to it to look up the set number to what I have. You know what? I think I do. I think I have them in this drawer right here.
I'm done charging my laptop now. Hooray!
Oh, there you go. I do have it. It's 6625. That's the one that I have. Is that the one you're talking about?
Probably. I know there was a yellow version of that car called Sports Coupe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that version, but I just know
I have both. I have both because they were from the same bulk lot on eBay from like 3 years ago.
Got you.
Actually, no, that bulk lot was from 4 years ago. Wow. I'm just losing track of time here. Wow.
Well, 3 minutes to midnight.
Because I remember I got like 10 vehicles in used condition for 100 Australian dollars, and I was like, cha-ching! That's where I got. That's where I got my cars from.
Yeah, I like putting a lot of the '90s cars and stuff into the city because I think it fits really well because that's when it was a lot of 4 wide, and it just fits so much better in a tight city than the 6 wide or the 8 wide cars.
Yeah, because I'm a vintage guy, I'll always be partial to 4 wide. And 4 wide can fit in your pocket in a way, and also can fit inside of a box in a way that 6 wide can't.
Yeah, and on the new base plate, the new roadway base plates that they've got, it's not set up for much wider than 4 wide or 5 wide.
Yeah. See, I don't even like to go down that rabbit hole because those aren't road base plates. They're plate built roads.
Yeah, so you're kind of right because they're not the size of a base plate. They're like what, 16 by 16?
16 by 8.
You think that? No, I think they're a little wider than that.
They're 8 by 16. You're supposed to use one of them for each lane of traffic.
Yeah, see, you could do it that way, but if I did it that way, I would have no room in my city.
Exactly, which is why I prefer to use the OG first gen roads. Space.
Yeah, exactly. So what's that? 6 right there, 6 right there. So that's 12 plus 4, so that's going to be 16. And then 2, so that's going to be 16. Yeah, they're 16 by 16. These these things right here.
Oh, those, yeah, they do make 16 by 16 versions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was so much fun catching up with you again. It was so good to see your city live again. Although, if you want to see RC City anytime, you can go subscribe to him from Blocks to Mocks. After this stream's over, I'll make sure to actually put a description in there so that people can go click on the link for his YouTube and his Instagram, as well as all of my stuff. Yeah, it's been an awesome time today, Johnny. It's been an awesome time. And yeah.
Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm so glad we could do this. And this time tomorrow, I'll be building the upscaled Octane Racer with Hobby Hooligan. That's going to be fun too. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, YOLO. And yeah, I'll enjoy putting together the city update in 2 days. So do you have any closing thoughts about everything we said today?
No, man. I appreciate the people that decided to follow today. Thank you. And I, like I said, just appreciate you having me on. And if you guys want to follow, you can either follow on YouTube, but like I said, I don't post on that very often. Or if you want to follow on Instagram, I'm more likely to post on there a lot more often than YouTube, because city tours, I usually try and have more progress. So
yeah, so we're going to put the link in the chat to go raid on over to Brickhive, because I'm going to go watch Pure Rant viewing before the AFL Grand Final.
Very nice, yeah, because it's still morning time at your place, right?
Well, right now it's 1:32 p.m. on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Yeah, I'll be working at that time tomorrow.
Yeah. So everyone that's still here, you can go click the link to go raid on over to Brickhive for Pure Rant Fury. I'm gonna get some. Well, I'm gonna rest while watching that before I get enthralled about the AFL Grand Final, which is our version of the Super Bowl.
Right on. Yeah, I'm about to call it a night. I gotta get up tomorrow. So
yeah, I'm just rambling for the next 2 minutes.
Gotcha. What's your next build?
My next build, my next build is going to be the upscaled Octane Racer.
Nice. You gonna build that with Hobby tomorrow?
Yeah, as I just said, hopefully I'll be able to finish that within the week, and then I'll go back to building the Nigel Mansell car on my streams.
Nice.
Because I'm really big into Formula One right now.
Very nice. I feel like LEGO really helped that out.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for the Speed Champions Formula One to go on clearance.
Very nice.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. It's been a fantastic stream today. Thanks for everyone who raided on over from the Brickable Cow. Thanks for everyone who left a like on the stream. I think we reached a peak of 15 viewers, which is fantastic. It's good to get back into the streaming game again. You can go raid on over to Brickhive. So if you're part of the replay gang, comment down below, and you'll see in the description all of the links to my stuff. And I'm going to go work on the LEGO City so that I can get a city update in 2 days. So I'll see you on the next city update. Thank you, my guest from Blocks to Mocks. We had a bunch of fun time today. It was good to have a reunion for episode 67 of Real Whole Egg. So thank you, everyone for watching. I'll see you on the next live stream, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.